adventurers. Hail adventurers and welcome. I kind of want to change the intro now to just greetings. Anyway, welcome to the 105th, and we are counting it as the 105th episode of Dirty 20, an evening of laughter, drama, and adventure, Call of D&D Podcast.
4 digits.
This is your dungeon master for the evening. 3 digits, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, obviously you haven't been with us since we jumped to 3 digits. Because your last session was... 97.
Yeah, 97.
Yeah, so nearly 10. It's been a while. Some things have happened. I know that you know a few of them, as we were just discussing before we started.
TikTok kind of gave it away.
It may have done. It may have done. It may have done. Oh, that was a... It was there, okay. It was a joke that was there. Anyway, this is your Dungeon Master for the evening, and I'm joined by one of my colourful cast of characters. We have Hayden with us today, and for those that don't know, today we're doing a one-on-one session. So whilst the others have been... sorry, I'm trying to look for the right tab on my on my other screen. Whilst the others have been off adventuring, getting themselves into mortal peril, Alistair has been doing... We'll find out today. So, it has been about 4 days since that. So, how much we get done today, I don't know. We may have to do another one of these, depending on how much time passes. But, you know, that's something we'll figure out by the end of the session.
It could either be an hour session here, or, like, 1 or 2 solo sessions, pretty much, we've discovered.
Yeah, pretty much. Before we jump into the game, even though everyone's not here, we're going to still do our shout-outs. First of all... Oh, this is the first time I've had to do them all. So, first of all, on Monday nights, we have Natural Wonders, which is run by our very own Mitchell, over on Natural Wonders. It's a Star Wars game using Edge of the Empire, which is the Star Wars Fantasy Flight System. That's a mouthful. Which is a fantastic little system, which is good. So go and see it. We're in the middle of doing some big heist activities on there, so be sure to check that out. I'm not sure if we're back on this coming Monday or not. Otherwise, it's every Monday at 7 PM GMT +1, or just whatever that is for you. So that's Natural Wonders. Let me shout out Sam as well. So Sam is on Sam JKP, who does Pokemon content mostly. I don't actually know if I've seen him stream anything else.
He is
streaming right now, actually. So if you want to give him a lurk as well.
So open 2 tabs and not just both at the same time.
Put the sound of both on at once and see what crazy adventures you have. Imagine if it just fits so perfectly. But yeah, he's streaming right now and does a lot of Pokemon content, so definitely check him out. Who else have we got? We've got Animea.
Hey.
I don't know if you've seen her new channel name. So yeah, that is spelt right. So Animea, who is our mayor from our group, Shock Horror. She does Genshin Impact mostly, but has some Friday Night Fright content in which her and some other friends do some stuff together. I've been on there for Phasmophobia. I think she did Monster Prom once. Freddy's Friday Night Fears. You know what I'm referring to, and some of that good stuff. And she was last seen playing Wildermyth, which we streamed the other day.
Saw that.
Wednesday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day it was. So go and check her out. I'm also going to shout out Mitch's personal channel, which is Lambent Rain. Does some Dead by Daylight on there. So if you like more horror content of that variety, go and check him out on there. I don't know how often he streams anymore, but I'll make him do it. I'll force him. Or I'll kill his character. That's what we'll do. I think that is everyone's channels, which just leaves the Discord, which if you want to talk about D&D or other tabletop stuff, or want to see any kind of maps, items and handouts that we give the players, that's the best way to check that out. and we use it live on stream. So if they come across something, I'll usually post it in there as well, and that just gives you a chance to look at stuff in your own time rather than it being popped up on the screen for a short amount of time. So go join the Discord if you want to be part of that experience. What else? We've got some socials that if you want to kind of see some of our content on other channels, such as Instagram and TikTok, and we also have a YouTube which isn't on there, under the same name, where we post like clips and stuff like that, and we've got some pretty decent TikToks, if I say so myself. With more content to come. And one of the things, I'm saying it live so that it happens. Ooh. One of the things that I really want to do, and one of the projects we're working on for that is we're going to do effectively like a summary of everything that's happened in the campaign thus far, but going probably through little smaller arcs, so that anyone who's joining us live, who hasn't been able to watch from the beginning, because it's a lot of content, so I understand, but wants to know the most important spark notes of the campaign, will be able to watch like a culmination of like maybe 15 minutes of videos and be able to just know the rundown of the campaign. So that's something that we're planning on doing. I'm planning on doing, and I'm gonna force my friends into doing it as well. That was a lot of talking. I believe that is everything that I have to shout out. Hayden, do you have anything you wish to say?
At the moment, nothing too major, but I haven't played D&D in a long time, so please don't crucify me if I fuck up, please.
No.
Okay.
Crucify him. We'll do it.
I am ready to be both physically and mentally destroyed by the end of this.
I intend to do so. So, on that bombshell, let's delve into today's episode of Dirty 20. So, previously on Dirty 20, 4 days earlier, Ferra Carta arrived at the Beacon of the North, the city of Dayferton, with the goal of aligning the country with the alliance they were attempting to build. However, during their stay, things did not go quite to plan. Alistair, berated by his parents, made it clear the others were not welcome in their home, and the denizens of the metropolis were just as unwelcoming. But that was just the start. On the eve of their final day, an argument had splintered the group in regards to the abyssal book found many months previous, in turn causing Eridel to lose control of the tadpole within her mind. After attacking the others and eventually being knocked unconscious, she seemed to regain her senses, but the damage in the group was done. Alistair, meanwhile, was gifted a momentary vision by Akufa, warning him that his friends were not safe in the city. Returning to see the fallout of the attack, he made the decision to leave the party and pursue their needs here, alone. Taking his belongings, he left. That night, the others asked to meet with him, and after several unsuccessful attempts to get him to stay, they parted ways, unsure if they'd ever meet again. So, Alistair, as the others make their moves to leave the city, the cold night air bites at you as you distance yourself from your companions, perhaps friends with whom you've been through so much. Soon the park is behind you and you're back in the streets, still with a spattering of noises from late night bars and taverns along the main roads, their joyous rambling and music juxtaposing the evening you've experienced and the whirl of emotions within you right now. None of these locations, despite being rich in alcohol, are your destination. As you make it through the gates to the royal ward, almost silent, along its well-lit streets. Only the sound of an occasional gala or party sweeping through. Finally, the gates to the Eights Ward stand before you, and to your image they open, greeted by its guardsmen. You are home, if you could still call it that. As you walk along the tree-lined path towards the buildings ahead, Alistair, what do you wish to do?
Alistair would just stay there for a couple of seconds, breathe in, breathe out, take a moment to compose himself, and then walk in to his house, or his parents' home, go up the stairs, and go outside his sister's room.
Alright, so you're heading to the main building itself. Very well. So, once again heading back into the main building. It's been such a long time since you've been here. You've only really got a short chance to walk these halls again, along with your companions, to search for your sister. But now you're alone, and the memories echo. You look down one hallway and see the two of you, your sister and yourself, children, running along. A moment of joy, but it fades as the cold hallway stands before you, silent and empty. Those memories are far in the past. So much has changed since you've been gone. But you press on. And into your sister's room?
Just outside.
Okay. Up the stairs and along the hallway, you see the door. It's closed.
Open it. No. You in there?
As you rap on the door and speak, there's silence.
Anna, it's me. Open up. Otherwise, I'm coming in.
Again, as you knock on the door, no response.
3, 2. Open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you look into the room. Your sister's space, simple as we found out previously, except there's a very strong draft come across you as you look over and see that the window door is the door kind of to the sort of balcony space is open and the sheets are blowing. But as there's this moment of fuck, she's run away again, you catch a glimpse of something outside the window, like sort of maybe a leg.
I go up to the window and poke my head out.
As you poke your head out, you can see on the slated roof that is shallowly descends. You see that she's laying there, hands on her stomach, just looking up at the clouded sky. And as you see clouds very rarely part to reveal clusters of stars. So another very cloudy night tonight.
Bit too cold to be staying outside, isn't it?
What do you want, Alistair? It's late.
Well, yes, it is, but that never stopped us from talking before. I say as I'm climbing out the window onto the balcony space. Before I left, you scolded me pretty vehemently that other people have problems too. Do agree with that. It's just I was dealing with my own at the time, and I was selfish. Seeing that I'm going to be staying here a bit, I laid next to her, hands on my stomach. I'd like to know what yours are.
Honestly, it's all just a little overwhelming.
Are you coming back, or everything else? A mixture, I guess.
A mixture. Alistair, I don't want you to think that I'm not happy to see you. That's not it at all. I just don't... I don't want to see you become father.
You think I'll become father?
I don't know.
Am I acting like him now?
No, that's not what I mean.
Good. Me becoming like my father is the least of your worries, I can guarantee you that. He has made my life and your life hell for the past... How old we are? I think I'm 21, it's been a while. But, yes, I'd sooner rather become the leader of some weird army than become a father. Like father. I don't know, I'd be something else rather than that.
Maybe I'm just overthinking.
What are you thinking?
I can just tell that something is different. And maybe it's because you've been travelling with your friends. Maybe you've seen things that have changed your perspective. But, damn it, Alistair, I feel like I know you better than anyone. And I can tell that something's different. You're not the same.
You're right, I'm not. I've been gone for 6 months. I've travelled the entire Restless Coast, up and down. I've gone down into the depths. I've seen things, and I am trying to unite the Restless Coast as one against a common enemy. I know that's going to change not just me. It's also changed the companions, the people that I have been learning with. I have seen it change them, and I will be naive to think that I haven't changed myself. I know that I have changed, but I also like to think that It's different, but I'm still... to Axton Alexander Arnold I. I'm still your brother, and god damn it, that constellation star right there is not an owl, it's a goddamn eagle, okay?
It's an owl.
It's not an owl, I can guarantee you that.
She leans up onto her side and punches at your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh no, the great Alistair Alexander Arnold I has died.
Oh, whatever will happen, it looks like the great Anna de Axton Alexander Arnold will have to take over my place. It's not happening, by the way. She wanted to. Couldn't care less.
I don't want it.
Well, then I'll keep it. I'll make it better than Father ever could.
Is that what you want, or are those his words that he wants you to say?
As that I say... Put it like this, I don't want you to suffer the same as me. I don't want anyone, of our friends, to suffer the way that I have, and if me taking over the church has to do that...
What about you, though? What do you want?
I've left David for 6 months. I've travelled the world. That's what I've wanted.
And you would give it all up?
If it meant you having a better life, everyone else having a better life...
I'm not a child anymore. I can take care of myself. I understand, believe me, I understand, and I appreciate it. I truly do. But I want what's best for you as well. And I know that it doesn't make you happy. There must be another alternative.
Maybe I could give it to, was it Marvin, the new guy in the house? Think he would be good at it?
Quite, actually.
Really?
He's very good at taking people's coats.
Yes, and he's very skilled at... I'm not going to say what I was going to say, because I know you. You're going to turn it into something other than what I was going to say.
It's something sexual, isn't it?
It's not sexual. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to say, oh yes, he's very good at taking people's armor off. But now, look at the... I can see your face. I can see your face. I know what you're thinking. Oh.
Why, Alistair? Do you know? Has he taken your armor off?
Oh, I stopped him, actually.
Given it a good polish?
I stopped him from doing that, and I'm also stopping this avenue of conversation right now.
It's so good to laugh again.
Yes, believe me, I haven't had many of that on the journey. I've had quite a few laughing moments, but... a weird group of people I was with.
Very weird. But loyal.
Yes. Too loyal. Anyway, I'm going to be staying in Dayford for a bit. Still have a goal here that I need to... It's done. Right.
Your friends, are they saying?
They've left the town. For all I know, they could... Knowing them, they'll put... Wait, what?
I'm confused. What do you... Why?
In the park. I ran off. I had a feeling that something was bad was happening. I came back and... Long story short, one of my friends was being controlled by a force that we do not understand.
I see.
Knocked her out, got her under control, and she's back to being her old, annoying self. But also, I got a sense that they're not safe here. Nothing like that has happened before, but as soon as we enter David, stuff like that seems to happen. So I sent them away to complete the rest of their mission while I handle things here. I know how David works. I can do it better than any of them. But knowing them, they'll probably get in trouble within, 3 days, but I'm sure they can get out of it.
I'm sure nothing awful's happening. Nothing possibly mortally dangerous could happen to them in, a few days?
Yes.
How much could they do in a few days?
Well, knowing them, they could probably burn down the city in a couple of days, but...
Is that related to that story you were telling me about Seal City?
Oh no, we didn't burn down the city. It was that crazy woman that I told you about.
The magic one?
Yeah, she blew up. Remember? I took the last dagger, stabbed her in the back, and she blew up, knocking me over.
Yes, I do recall you saying that.
Yes, well, that happened, and I heroically led the effort to get the citizens of Seal City out into safety.
I see.
Yes. But going back onto topic, I do have a mission from Father, annoyingly. Try and get the church on side. He's got some information. I'm gonna look around, see if anyone's looking at us.
Alright, roll a perception check to just see, to gauge a local vicinity.
Just need to load this up.
Oh, the old sheet.
The old character sheet, see... I haven't seen that in ages. Alright, let's... perception check. 16.
16. Alright. So as you look over the balcony, from the roof and through the rooms and anywhere that people could be listening to, it's very quiet here. You do see guards along the wall that surrounds the Yates ward. But none of them seem to be in a position to overhear your conversation. The wind is howling a fair amount and probably would cover up most of any conversation.
Just to make sure there's no prying eyes or ears, click my fingers and this almost very translucent bubble just engulfs me and Anna as I cast Silence.
Alright.
The many spells I learned on my way out. You can say anything and no one will hear you. That's in the bubble. So you know, I cast it, so it's like literally it has to be like a bubble so no one can hear.
Cool.
Position. Father put me up to a mission and he believes that there is a traitor or a person leaking information to Voivoitians. Someone in his inner circle.
I'm no fan of Father, but that sounds bad.
Yes, very bad, and believes it's one of the many reasons why they were able to break the front line, take over Seal City. He wants me to find them, find out who they are, and if I can catch them, make an example out of them.
Good, right?
Yes, it is good. I'm on my own here. I will be on my own unless you want to take up the offer of somewhat help me.
You want my help?
Of course, you're the master at sneaking out. You taught me everything. I'm not asking you to put your life in danger. I'm doing the complete opposite. As soon as it gets dangerous, you...
I have no fear of danger, Alistair.
Yes, but I also have...
You're not the only one who's stupid enough to go running into danger.
Yes, but I also have a fear of putting you in danger. Being selfish again. As soon as things get dangerous, you get out of there. And you make yourself not scarce, but as least obvious as possible. go around your daily routine, but if you find any information that might help, if you know anything at this moment that might help, I'd need that information.
What kind of information could help? I will tell you what I know if I know anything, but Father keeps those sorts of things very close to his chest. I very rarely go into the temple proper.
He's training you to be my replacements, correct?
In a way, but...
Take him up on that offer. Only for a couple of days. I will put a stop to it, and I'll put on this big show about how I am the accent that takes over the church. Find out who you can.
I'm not sure he's going to take my offer up on that.
Why?
When you were away, I overheard his conversation. I'd heard of your return, so I obviously came to see you in the temple. When you left, he told Mother that he doesn't have to waste his time on me now that the real heir has returned. So, I'm not sure he truly will want to take me up on that. I am his backup. Alistair? He's an arse.
Yes, I've almost forgotten how much of an arsehole he is. But you overheard his conversation, correct?
Bits and pieces.
Do you think
I had to keep moving.
No one found you, correct?
Not that I was told. If anyone did, I've not been punished for it.
Carry on, keep on doing that. Not with Father, but any higher ups you see. And even if you think for a second that you have been seen, go back to normal. No more snooping around. Be the model, the accent child that people think that you are. I'm only asking you this because I know that you can do it, but if you feel like you can't, don't have to.
I want to help.
Do you think you can do it safely?
Yes.
I'm not going to insight that, I'm just going to trust her. Very well. If you find out any information or overhear anything, just let me know, okay? I'll be coming back.
How will I...
We're coming back here
Sorry.
almost every night, except for tonight, because I need to meet someone. After every night, we'll meet out here. No, it's not. It's Alistair.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You can wipe that smirk off your face. He's like.
No, I'm not going to shame.
Anyway, I'm going to visit him, to him about the situation. After that, every night I'll be coming back here. We meet on this balcony. I'll do this, and you tell me what you know.
That's a good plan. I will do what I can.
Cool. Remember, it comes down to it. Keep yourself safe.
Yes, I know.
Say it like you mean it.
If it comes down to it, keep myself safe.
God, you remind me of Aria. Okay. I'm gonna...
I'm not sure if that's an insult or not.
Meta, right?
Briefly,
Yes, you
for
then...
all of about 5 minutes.
And yes, then you can concern whether it's an insult or not. I'm gonna climb back through the window and be like,
You
Good
mother...
night!
Okay, well, as you close the door shut, what would you like to do, Alistair the Accent Alexander Arnold the First?
Go into my room, open up my closet, take out like a robe that I have,
Okay.
put it on, walk out Astersen's place, and about halfway through, duck into an alley and use disguise self to change my appearance. Alistair to someone else.
If I recall, Alistair lives in Oban.
Yes, he
I
does.
think that's where we decided. So, as you leave the 8th Ward, are you going through the main gate, or are you trying to get out like a secret way?
Main gate.
Okay. As you approach the gate, the guardsmen kind of give you a nod, kind of curiously look at you as you're going out of this lake, but don't ask any questions. Gates are opened, and you're allowed to proceed. As you get to the Royal Ward gate, however, the guards there seem a little bit more restrictive in wanting to let you pass because of the time.
Sir, I have been round the Restless Coast for the past 6 months. I think I can handle Dayford.
I understand, sir, but it's against policy to open up the gates.
Am I going to have to tell my father that you disallowed a direct order from a Axton?
Open up the gates. Sorry, sir.
Very well.
My apologies. Just trying to keep you safe.
I understand.
Chung, 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 chung. The gates open as the portcullis rises, and you're able to step foot into the main body of the city, down into Burntown.
That power goes to Alistair's head straight away.
As you head over the bridges from Burntown to the south side of the city, you finally find yourself in Oban with its brand new architecture and much more sporadically or sparsely spread buildings. Not quite as built up and as condensed as the rest of the city. Here there's a lot more land and the brand new developments that are happening here. But following New Road around Oban, you eventually find yourself coming to the property that you know as being Astoshan's house.
Yep.
And as you approach, it is a humble home, and blends in with the surrounding architecture for the most part. However, it does seem slightly bigger, and does have a wall that privatizes the residents from the other surrounding locations. But otherwise, it does just seem like another one of these sort of mixed townhouse and kind of Celtic design with a thatched roof building within the new developments of Oban. You can hear in the distance crowds of people that are leaving some of the bars and taverns that do reside here on this side of the city.
Do you have a gate into his property?
Yeah, so there is a gate in the wall that surrounds the body of the residence, the building on the inside, and you can see there is a thick padlock that is currently on the inside. So it's like a thick chain with a padlock that seems to be like accessible from the outside, the inside, but you could probably wedge it around if you were going to pick it, for example. Don't have to though. If you can. I don't even know if you have these tools.
I do not have few tools. It's probably going to get me killed, but I'm going to just misty step past the gate if I can.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. As you
look around first to make sure.
Very well. Roll a perception check. Let's just see if anyone notices you.
Open up my sheet again. Probably leave it open, to be fair, just to save time.
Yeah, it might just be easy because then it won't. It might, reload. Who knows what it will do? Because Roll20 can be a bit funny about it sometimes.
Perception.
It just reloads the page, which I understand. I guess it might actually be the browser.
That is a 7.
All right, with a 7, glancing around, you don't see anyone that you can tell is looking at you. Like I said, you do hear groups of people in the distance. No one seems to be outwardly standing there and like observing you directly. Take of that as you will.
Misty step.
Alright, as you misty step with a breath of a word, you vanish from your space and appear in a cloud of mist, of dark mist, shall we say, within the walled perimeter of the residence.
Let's walk up to the front door and get a knock.
Doof, 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 doof. No response.
Alistair, it's me. Open up. It's Alistair.
Nothing.
Oh, this is probably gonna get me killed, but I need to talk to him. Okay, Missy, step in.
Okay.
House.
Do you need to see a space for Misty Step? I think
Ooh.
Misty Step is a C space one.
Yes, I'll just check now. I believe it might be, just in case.
I mean, there's a workaround for it, but I just want to know for future reference. I'll forget it. I'll forget whether it's a C1 next time I ask about it, so I suppose it doesn't matter, but...
Yeah, you teleport 30 feet into an unoccupied space that you can see. So,
okay, so it isn't necessarily... So, for example, it could be something... It could be through total cover, if it, for example, is a window or glass that you're looking through. So if you can see the space, then it's fine. So what I'll say is that you can... Yeah, you can walk up to a window that's right next door, and as you peer in, it's dark. The interior is completely pitch black. There's no one home clearly. I'll say that the curtains are mostly drawn, but you can see a space behind quite an exquisite looking dining table, which you can pop in there. So now, woof, woof, you appear within the interior of the building.
Just gonna... Is it pitch black in here? Or can I see my dark vision?
With your dark vision, yeah, you can see around and it's dimly lit. I'd say you get a little, a few very specific rays of light that break through the curtains from the street lights outside on the street. But otherwise, it is pitch black in here. There's no light source available.
Would I know where he is office, or where he keeps stuff that he likes?
Yeah, you'd know kind of the layout of his house roughly.
No.
Are you wishing to go?
Yes, I'm gonna go up to his office.
All right. So you head through the dining room into a hallway, and you can see there are a few other doors here, and there's a set that leads up. I would say that you would know that it's probably it's one of the doors downstairs. So you walk around the staircase and come to a door. The door is locked though, as you go to try the handle.
Can you unlock doors without thieves' tools? Can you try? Is that...
I think you can, but I think you have disadvantage on it.
Yeah. Okay.
We did it before actually. When we did, literally session 1 was Aria finding some rocks to sharpen into thieves' tools to break the locks open.
Let's have...
So yes, I'm gonna say yes because it's been canon since literally day 1.
So it's locked.
So it would be a dexterity check without anything, and it would be disadvantage. Good luck. Good luck with this.
Please, may the gods let me summon Aria's fucking dexterity for even a minute. 14.
Okay.
14?
Okay.
I should have guidance myself. Can I guidance myself in hindsight?
It's too late now.
Fuck.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
You're so excited to get into this room. Okay, so... Right, so you get down and you find whatever you can, maybe take out a dagger and start poking it
I've got a dagger.
Trying to use it. It's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. And eventually you just kind of press something in there in an angle and you hear a click. And the door does unlock. You see it unlock. And as you pull the weapon out, it is fucked. it's like bent and broken. So if you have a dagger, it's gone, I'm afraid.
Otherwise,
I'm going to ask you to get rid of something.
It's my cult dagger. I'm never going to fucking use it, so I just
All
throw it
right,
in my
okay.
bag. I guess that will work somehow. Very cautiously open the door and...
All right.
Yeah.
The door opens, and you can see a very common-looking office space in here. A large wooden desk with an office chair behind a row of bookcases. You can see that there's a portrait of Alistair, probably about 10-15 years ago, judging by the lack of grey in his hair, who was above like a fireplace on one side of the room. You would know, because you have been there before, that there is a staircase behind one of the bookcases that leads to a basement. Which you know to be the location.
Before I do that, I'm just going to have a look around his office, because I remember he was in Deep Bay.
He was in Deep Bay.
Tell me why, but I also know that the Lord of Deep Bay is not a human. He said he had a meeting with him. So I'm just going to see, very briefly, see if I can find anything about that. Just have a little snoop around, you know.
Sure. You're going up to one of the desks?
Yeah, one of the desks.
Oh, one of them, the desk, I guess.
To the desk where he keeps...
Sorry, go on. I was just about to ramble.
Like, where he keeps his files, or like... I know he would want to keep, like, hidden stuff, I guess. Through knowing him. And just have a look around, see if there's any mention of Deep Bay or a secret deal that I don't know of.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
Roll me an investigation check. Let's see what you find.
That's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look through the drawers, through some of the books. There's nothing hidden within. As you open up the drawers, you can see that there's some like documents to do with the church, but nothing that seems like illegal or nefarious. As you go through some of the others, there's just like stationery, and you can see that there's a Church of the Eight like religious text in there. Everything here seems above board. If there's anything like that would maybe be reflective of something that he didn't want people to know of, there's a good chance it's not going to be in this office. You know that he has another office for other needs in a different location.
Yep. I know it is. I'm just going to open up the secret passageway.
Alright. You put on one of the books. And
just to let you know, side note, I'm closing every door that open and locking it behind me.
Alright, you can do that. I'm not sure you're going to be able to lock
not lock it, but like closing it so it's like,
Sure.
Suspicious.
Alright. So you lock you close the door even, pull on one of the books, you hear a click and the bookcase slides to the side, and you can see a stone stairway that leads down into darkness, to which you can see it comes to an L shape at the bottom that leads into another room.
Very cautiously make my way down.
Are you closing the bookcase?
I'll open it from behind me.
You can. So as you look around, you know that there's like a lever on the wall that's next to you by the staircase that could be open and closed.
I zip behind me.
Alright. Finally closes behind, and the last shed of light that would have been brought into the house is gone, and you're in complete darkness now as you descend the staircase, eventually coming to a bottom basement area. It's completely devoid of anything save for a circle inscripted on the ground.
It's not down here. Can't activate that circle yet. I need to be fully rested if I'm going to talk to him. Up and cautiously make my way back up.
So just to clarify so that you know, I don't know if this was like you mentioning it yourself. You don't need to have teleportation circle to use a teleportation circle to go to another one. You could everyone, if they knew the command word, would be able to use this teleportation circle to get to another teleportation circle. However, if you want to make a teleportation circle yourself and get somewhere, that's when you need to know the spell.
Yeah. I don't want to use it yet anyway.
That's fine. I just wanted to clarify that you can use it yourself.
Back up.
Alright.
Make my way out and...
you evacuate the building.
Evacuate the building.
And carefully.
And I'm readying invisibility. Just in case he comes home.
Sure.
Don't want him to know that I've been snooping around.
Okay. Yep. As you ascend, closing the bookcase behind you, out through the doors, with invisibility prepared in case you need it, you are able to get out the house. Are you using more spells to teleport out?
Yes, because the front door's locked. So.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check. So you once again bamf into the courtyard, and then once again out the walls.
That's all my level 3
right.
spells used up. You
appear back on the road.
Do you have a letterbox at all?
I'd say there would be a box that would, a letterbox, yeah. It'd be on the outside of where the gate is, though.
I don't have any paper or pen.
Any in the bag of holding?
I don't have the bag.
You don't have that anymore.
I don't have the bag of holding.
Yep, never mind.
Screw it, I'm gonna... Do I have it prepared? Oh, idea.
I'd say go and buy some from the shop, but it is 1 AM, so...
Yeah. Do I have it prepared? Sending, I do have it prepared. I'm going to use sending to Astoshan. Send him. I'm back in Dayford to talk urgent now. Asta. That's mine. I use 10 words for that.
Okay. A few moments go by. Alistair, this is a surprise. Was not expecting you home so early. Meet me at my house. Let's discuss things.
Can I reply to that, or do I need to?
You would need to spend another slot.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just fuck, I just realised something. I'm going to just save that. I'm just going to wait here.
Alright. You wait for some time, to be frank. As you stand outside in the cold, eventually you see the door open, and you're not sure exactly how long it's been, or at least an hour before the door opens, and he walks to the front gate, and you can see before you once again Astoshan in his glory. He's currently wearing he's wearing Church of the Eight Colours in robes. It's not his like work outfit, but there is some sort of religious semblance on him, and you can see a large medallion around his neck with a symbol of Belinus on it. His hair combed back, which is thinningly black with mostly grey across it at this point in his age, and these very sharp purple eyes which illuminate in the night, and this slightly slanted nose as he walks over towards you, his now aging skin very evident once again as you see him. Alistair.
Astoshan.
What brings you to the city?
Well, as you know, my mission is to unite the realms of the Restless Coast against Voivod. I'm trying to do that in Dayford. However, I have found out some information from my father, which I think you and everyone else in cult might find of use or urgent.
I see. You've spoken with the Archbishop?
Father, yes. Briefly.
Come inside, dear boy. So he reaches into the room and pulls out a key and unlocks the gate. Closes it behind. You can see him lock the gate back up with padlock and chain as he walks you to the house. Alistair, I hope you won't mind me being rather frank with you. Have you been snooping around my office?
Makes you say that?
The door was unlocked when I came out, and I quite remember locking it.
Maybe it's your old age getting to you.
I quite doubt that. My mind is as sharp as ever, boy. Come on, son. He opens the door, leads you inside. You seem weary. Might I offer you a beverage? Tea? Coffee, perhaps?
Actually...
Or something stronger?
I reach into my bag and I pull out, whatever the tea is called. It's the tea that's from Kensei hometown that we got.
Oh yeah, from Kyoko.
Yep, so...
in Seoul City.
Tor-
That shop doesn't exist anymore.
Toronto tea, I think it's pronounced, or from that.
I believe...
something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It was like 2 and a bit years ago.
So I'm gonna just pull it out, like, and unwrap the tissue that's around it to preserve it, and be like, from this.
Oh, interesting.
Very exotic.
Well, I'll put a kettle on then. And so he walks into one of the kitchen spaces. You can see as he's going through, he's like clicking his fingers, and the lights light up. These little, almost like Victorian-esque gas lights. As he goes into the kitchen, you can see him at a faucet running water into an iron kettle and bringing it back onto a stove. In the dining room area, you can see there's in the fireplace a little hook to hold the kettle over the water. He throws a few logs onto the fire once again.
Yeah.
Clicks his fingers and the flames light up. A little trick on behalf of Belinus.
Oh.
So, your father.
Yes. So, I said I had a chat with him and get the church on the side of this alliance that me and my companions are forming. Wanted me to do a favor for him. He has information that there may be a traitor in the church.
What a curious thought.
Yes, I don't know where he would get that from. However, if my suspicion is correct and it might be you or some of your companions, that's very worrying. Because 1, that means he's onto you, and 2, I cannot do the favor for him. Which will make the alliance even weaker against Voivod and ruin the plans. So I'm talking to you, 1, to let you know, and 2, for guidance of how you do this. Might not be you, but just in case it is.
I'm very glad that you brought this to my attention.
Information he knows is that they used this information to break the front line. To help Voivod to break the front line. Do you know anything about this? If it is you, I need to know. For both of our safety.
I will not deceive you, son. The Archbishop's words are true. There is a traitor in their midst. The war has not been proceeding as expected. With the victory at the Viper's Pass 2 months ago, it has given our kingdom an advantage, and a chance to look inward. In order to keep them on their toes, important information must be leaked. Necessary evil for an ultimate end.
So it is you. One of your people leaked it.
It is I.
Or the reason why the front line broke.
Sorry. This never happens, I promise. I suppose in a way you could suggest that. You seem distressed, son.
No, it's just that I've seen what has come of Steel City. What they do to the people that they take over. It's not nice.
And what have you seen?
People who do not agree with them getting whipped on the street. People having a curfew, being forced to rally against the people that to protect them.
Interesting.
Very much how we run things here. Quite similar, actually.
Now you're seeing the big picture.
Just the thought of what happens to those who are on the front line, what they did to them.
I assume you are not aware of exactly what transpired.
I'd like to know.
I think that is a question you should ask the Archbishop himself.
Yes, but you and I both know he would not give that information to me freely. I need to bring him back something first.
I think he would relish in telling you, son.
The tea done?
Ah, yes, just boiled. Pours he gets like a little strainer and puts some of the tea leaves in there, pours the hot water through into these beautifully crafted porcelain mugs of Val-Aeria's design and places it with a saucer. Seats you at one end of the dining table and he will sit on the very other end as he sits down. There's about 20-foot difference between you at the edge of this table. The only thing in between you is a small candlestick unlit in the middle. Delicious. Where did you say you got this?
I got it from a shop in Steel City. Can't remember the name, but I don't think you'll be finding any more of it anymore.
That is a shame.
So this traitor situation,
Yes.
what shall we do about it?
Well, it would seem the simple solution is to implicate someone else.
He wants me to make an example of them.
And so he should.
But if this person is innocent, it goes against everything that me and you are doing. Trying to
Alistair.
take down both 414 and the Church of the Eight to stop that.
Son. There is no innocence in this world. Everyone is guilty of something. I understand your distress. I'm not implying that we should implicate someone of innocence, as you put it. Perhaps another one of the Archbishop's advisors, most likely to be believed as a traitor. And I think we both know that those within his echelon are not all what they seem, not quite as innocent and pure as they portray. Am I wrong?
No,
son?
You are not wrong.
Then we are doing a favor to the people. And it furthers our resolve. It may sow some more mistrust and paranoia within the Archbishop. He may act recklessly, and that will benefit us. We could use this to our advantage.
Forgive me for asking, but you still haven't told me overall plan of how we're going to take down the Church of the Eight.
It's all in due time, Alistair.
Told me I would find out when I get back and become powerful enough.
You are strong, son, but not strong enough just yet. There is much you have to learn before the plan can be enacted. But I know you're capable of it, Alistair. I see such potential in you. You are skilled. You have compassion. You have drive. And that is the most important thing. And I believe that soon you will be ready.
How are we going to implicate this person? We need him to talk about it openly. A person. Write down letters that can be found.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I have,
perhaps
just to let you know,
some way of. Please.
I will be looking around. It will need to be somewhere I can find it.
Of course.
This plan should not be talked about outside of this house. Outside.
Of course.
The streets, just in case.
Your plan for a letter is not unreasonable. Perhaps we can forge something incriminating. Then all you may have to do is
going to happen.
Provide your suspicion. Something that could happen.
Do you have any more plans about how Void Fortunes is going to break into the rest of this coast? Something that you wouldn't mind going wrong. Something that's already in motion but can be stopped. If it's already in motion, you'll only add credibility to it.
Yes. I think the Void Fortunes can deal with another thorn in their side. I'll see what I can put together. But a letter, that will do just well. If you inform the Archbishop of your suspicions, then you'll have no choice but to search the suspect's possessions, and if a letter is found incriminating them, well, then our plan is perfect.
Question to the DM from Hayden.
Yes.
Would I know that there is a member of the church, of the inner echelon, that does not have a family?
I'm sure there's one, yeah. I think you'd be able to think of at least one.
Yeah,
that maybe you don't know if they necessarily have a family, you don't believe they do. Okay.
So, say to Ash, I want this person not to have a family. having a family member that's seen as a traitor will only implicate his wife and kids.
Very compassionate of you. I will ensure that the party responsible has no family connections.
What was you doing in... Forgive me for changing the subject so rapidly, but what was you doing in... Bay?
Doing where?
Deep Bay, you said you had a meeting with Lord Theodore. I only ask because it might be helpful in the overall planning of the Alliance.
I was inquiring about some information.
About...
I cannot tell you, Alistair. It is to do with the plan.
Do you know about Theodore?
Ah.
Yes.
When you have involved yourself as long as I have, you pick up on these things. Yes. But I see no reason to allow that to interfere.
So he's a part of your plan about the Church of the Eight?
Not really. I was simply asking for some hard-to-come-by information. That is all.
As well as this, I'd like to have a meeting with Chain.
Now, why would you want to do that?
Because the Alliance isn't just to defeat Foyfort. It's to defeat something much, much bigger.
I can see something troubles you, son.
Have you heard of Illithid?
Anything. That is not a term that I've heard of, no.
Under the Restless Coast, there is an army of otherworldly creatures that can enter the minds of people and use them against us. They're drawn to magic, they will be drawn to Deep Bay, they will be drawn to Seal City, and they will be drawn to Dayford. Yes, we are joining the Alliance to help defeat Foytfort, but we are also helping the Alliance against this overall threat. Need to
It's all making sense now.
Need to let cults know. It's making sense.
I had heard rumors that your ventures around were not simply for retaliating against Foyfort, that there was another threat.
It's true.
Then this is most distressing.
Just thinking, the cult, they don't need to be known as the cult, they just need to be known as a group without banners that can help the Alliance. Maybe then, once it's all defeated, they will gain more power than they already have. Could help with the plan.
That would cause us to reveal ourselves.
Not as the cult, though. We don't have to be involved, but...
And what do you think the leaders of our fine country will think when a group of shadow-wielding individuals using arcane abilities appear from nowhere? Will they allow us to simply vanish into the shadows once more? Once we reveal ourselves as the cult, as you put it, or not, our act of surprise is broken.
We can't just simply stand by while... If the Restless Coast lose, we lose as well.
But we are not. We have you.
Don't get what I can do against an entire army of them. Can't even take on one. group of me and my companions cannot take on two. I don't get what I can do against an entire army. Yes, I might be the leader of the Church of the Eight in the future once the plan is enacted. It'll take more than just David. It might even take more than the rest of the coast. We might need to get the Dunelands and maybe even the 414s involved to take out this threat. Just how big it is. I wouldn't be suggesting breaking this cover if it did not mean certain death if we lost. The only reason I am implicating an innocent person in this is so I know that Restless Coast, me, my friends, my family, well, Anna, is safe. Maybe then, if we somehow win, and maybe the Church of the Eight will be weakened, 414 will be gone, then maybe then we can take over and enact a plan. We cannot have any stability in our forces against this threat.
Your fears are noted.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's, like, taking me seriously with this?
Go ahead.
Insight check. Fuck's sake, that's a natural 1, that's a 9.
Alright. Yeah. You're built up in the moment. Suddenly all these emotions have come flooding back to you. Reminders, flashes of last night. Well, not last night, earlier tonight, come flooding back, and it's just your gauge of personality, your gauge of just any kind of sense has completely gone out the window. You don't catch anything if there was any suspicion there.
So I want a meeting with Chain. Tell my concerns. Also your help to help convince him. You're his right-hand man. He'll take your word more than he'll take mine.
Anything that can be said to Chain can be said to me.
So I want to meet him myself. I've been a member of the cult for how many years now, and I still haven't seen him. If I'm going to be the leader of the Church of the Eight, hold that power, I am going to be in the inner circle. I want to meet the man who runs it.
I will see what I can arrange. I cannot promise that we will be able to engage so publicly as you wish.
But you and me?
What do I mean?
Yes. Are you talking about you and me, or?
In terms of our help.
Oh.
But I will ask.
No, we worship Kufa.
Of course, we are his loyal followers.
I pick up the scythe and hold.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that.
Yes.
Quite impressive.
Hold up my necklace that's wrapped on the end of it. So I keep my necklace of the cult on it. Have you heard of people that also worship him? harbingers.
You've done your research.
Could we not masquerade as them?
Not here. The Harbingers are a sect far from these lands, Alistair. The people of this coast do not understand the cultures of the East. They latch on to dead gods, Alistair, not the real, tangible spirits that exist around us. The miracles that they believe come from these false deities are not.
I have one more condition that if all else fails, this must be met. If we don't achieve anything in Dayford, I have to leave this town. No, it needs to be safe.
How do you mean?
I just mean, after the plan of me taking over the Church of the Eight, or if this plan of me implicating someone else, she needs to be safe from it all.
Of course. Family is important, Alistair. Not necessarily blood, but those that care about you. Like I care about you, Alistair.
So we've got the plan for the letter.
I will have something arranged. I will have to think about the right person. Son, I think you should have some rest. There is a spare bed here if you wish to stay.
No, do I still have one more night in the hotel? The inn?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone left that day.
Yeah, I have a...
Who was with... Oh yeah, because there was a bit of a joke that everyone just stole all the keys.
Yeah.
Like no one handed the keys back, so they all left with the keys.
I have the key to my room. Believe. I have a place to stay tonight. Prefer to stay there and get rid of any suspicion. I will be staying at my house, or my parents' house, for the time being of me being here.
Of course.
Well, that is all. I will take my leave.
Very well.
Stand up, put the back on, put the scythe away with a covering the scythe at the end of it.
Like your tea begins to pack up some of the loose tea.
Yes, I put it away. If he notices, I haven't drunk any of the tea that was prepared.
Okay.
If he notices.
I'm gonna check his perception. Yes.
Okay.
Good roll. Good roll.
And then I'm going to walk out if it's...
As you get to the door and open it, you put your hand on the handle. Son, something troubles you.
Just been away for a long time. Weird being back.
Your companions, the ones you were travelling with.
Yes.
Are they still here?
Oh. Got them to leave.
Oh. Why is that?
So they don't get in the way.
Ties like that can be dangerous. At least in as much as they are. By your demeanor, I take it this pains you.
Like I said, it's been a long time since I've been back.
Of course. Just don't forget who your family are, son.
Won't.
Apologies. You may take your leave.
Yep. Wow.
A safe return home, Alistair. To Axton Alexander Arnold the First.
I just nod and carry on walking.
Closes the door. You head out the gates onto the road again. The tension of that conversation has built up quite a sweat on you, and as you hit that cold air, it is so refreshing.
I'm gonna go to the former blacksmith.
That blacksmith, the
One, yeah.
heading back across the river, across the checkpoint. You find yourself weaving through the back alleys of Burntown, and eventually come up to that familiar, boarded up building. Its exterior forge, long since cold and quiet. The windows which are boarded, the door which is blocked, even the peeling plaster on the walls all reveal a building that has not seen tending to for a long time. What do you do? You're muted.
You're on the front line. I know who sent you there, but I also know who caused it to break. If you're somehow out there, I walk up to it and just like touch a part of it that isn't boarded up, just out of nostalgia.
Feel your hands touching the biting cold glass of the window. It's murky and dirty, but it's
If you are
something.
somehow out there, please let me know that you are safe. So I'm going to do something very stupid if you're not. I'm gonna a couple steps away, stare at it for a minute or two, and just walk back to the hotel. Or the inn.
Right.
It was.
Okay. It's not that far away as you head back onto the Tradesway. You eventually get towards the inn. The door is unlocked, obviously, at the front entrance. As you step through the interior, you can see that there's obviously some kind of like private hired mercenary kind of in the corner, just half asleep, who's just kind of on watch for the evening throughout the night, as you're able to slip up through the staircase onto, I believe it was the 4th floor, in one of the rooms. And as you walk down the hallway, there's a memory that flashes of you and the rest of Ferra Carta walking down this hallway for the first time to gather your rooms. And now it's completely quiet, the door's closed. As you approach your room and use the key to unlock the door, you step inside. The smell kind of still lingers here. I believe you were sharing with Kensei, right?
I think it was Eridel, actually.
Oh yeah, you were sharing with Eridel, yes. Okay.
Yeah, because she had whole fucking drama with fucking Aria.
Yeah, as you step through the room, you can still see the spatterings of blood on the ground where they'd fought. The furnishings, which are ruined in places. The rope that was used to bind Eridel when she was unknowing, when everyone had no idea whether or not she would regain her composure. The sheets are a mess. It's all just one big reminder of what happened here earlier tonight.
Sort of just to clear his head and take his mind off things, he's going to just go around, or just clean up what he can. Also use like prestidigitation to cover up any spatters of blood or whatever he can. Prestidigitation covers up blood? Or can clean it?
It should clean blood, yeah.
Just do that around the room until it's all nice and clean.
Alright. You should go around cleaning things up, rearranging things. You spend time doing that, and as you're coming to an end with that, your eyes just flicker with something as you look to the window and see the sun is beginning to rise. It's early morning, probably around 5 AM.
So if I go to sleep, it will be 1. Get a long rest. Fuck it, I need a long rest. I need to change my fucking spells and get fucking slots back. Fuck it, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So, even as
just close the curtains.
As the sun rises, you pull the curtains closed and walk back over to the over to the bed, which is now a semblance of being made. As you just strip off the armor and the clothing and just climb into bed, just flopping, and suddenly, the moment that you lie down, your head hitting that cushion, that pillow even, suddenly all the exhaustion kicks in of the emotional and the physical strain of the night. Everything poof kicks in immediately, and you are asleep. You're suddenly greeted by the very loud sounds of the midday traffic outside your window, as you awake this morning. Suddenly, like you're hearing like doors closing, crowd of people in the streets. It's not a pleasant awakening, but it probably could be worse. So, as you're awake, what do you wish to do?
I'm gonna get changed back into my armor, put on the religious robes, and put my dark robe back in my bag again, because I can walk around freely now. I'm gonna get out. I'm guessing this is my last day, so as I'm gonna go down and just put my keys back on.
Was it your last day, or of the inn?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put the keys on the desk. A platinum.
as you get down and put the keys on the desk, you can see that there's a clerk already down here. You recognise, looks at you. Ah, thank you. Hold on. Your friends, they were meant to return their keys this morning, but I had not had them in their rooms as I was cleaning. The doors are all unlocked. They're gone.
I walk up to the desk and put down a platinum piece. Sorry. Just
Oh, sorry about what?
Just
The platinum is taken.
Yep, walk away.
Alright, well I'll inform them they don't have to worry about it anymore. I'll take the warrants out for their arrest away. Alright, so you're heading out onto the street?
Yep.
Alright. The street beckons you. Of course, you would be hard pressed by the sound to tell whether or not there was anything going on in the streets. So
it's a very quiet street.
It's a very quiet day.
Yeah.
And there we go. Suddenly, like you had to pop your ears a little bit.
Still half asleep.
Yeah, basically.
Would I have known about psionics in well, not psionics, but like the people of the park?
What do you mean?
I remember there was a lady that talked to Eridel.
Yes, so you know, as someone who grew up in David and knows about that culture, you know that in David, the Sisterhood of the Oracle is a group. You wouldn't necessarily know them by being psionics, but that is what they are. They are worshippers of Ogma, and they typically act as the advisors to nobles and people of powerful positions. And I believe you would know that there's kind of like it's a status thing to have a Sisterhood of the Oracle advisor, because it means that you're important. So if you can get yourself one, people will look at you in a completely different way. It's like a whole class system thing.
I wouldn't know about like their psionic abilities or stuff like that.
You wouldn't know that they're psionic. However, you probably could begin to put two and two together that, as you've known Eridel for some time, you kind of know how her stuff works. So I'd say you could probably put two and two together. There might be some kind of connective tissue, but you would know them as being worshippers of Ogma.
I'm going to make my way over to the park, and
so they're not actually in the
park.
They're not in the park. That's the druids. So the druids are the one that live in the park. One of them wanted to meet Eridel in the park.
Alright, never mind.
You would know that their base of operations is not within the capital itself.
Okay.
It's exterior from the actual city.
Never mind then. I'm going to head on home.
Straight to the castle?
Yep.
Alright. So, as you push your way through the midday streets, people purchasing carriages, moving past you, horses knocking into you as you kind of get used to the streets again. You find yourself pushing through burnt tongues to the Royal Ward. As you head past Infernus Square, you smell the sense of incredibly delicious food fill your nostrils as you pass by towards the 8th Ward, around the circumference mound that leads up towards the palace itself. Eventually you arrive back at the 8th Ward gates, and of course are greeted within. So as you arrive, you're let back into its interior. Where are you heading?
First of all, just say I'm gonna peek up and see if my sister's on the balcony or her window's open.
Sure, roll me a perception check. Just for the hell of it.
Yep. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Hey.
All right. So as you look up towards the balcony, you can't see her up there. The door to her room is closed. To the balcony area. You glance around the roofs and see if you can spot her elsewhere. You don't see her. You're pretty confident she's not up here anywhere. Yeah.
It's 50-50 whether she's in her room. I'll take that. And I'm just gonna go up and see if she's in her room.
Alright. So, back into the building again.
Yep.
You wind your way up towards where you know her room to be. Go up to the door. She's not there.
Motherfucker.
I'll say, like, you knock a few times and there's no response.
Would I have known anywhere where she likes to go or anything? Meeting place from like 6 months ago or something.
Trying to think. I would say. Sorry, I'm trying to get a light to not be too bright here. A place she might go. I'd say. Roll me a wisdom check, I guess. Let's just see if you could gauge something.
17.
17. Alright. I'd say. You know she used to like a good drink in her later years. There's a good chance you'll find her at perhaps one of the taverns. The closest one, like the closest really well-known one, would be the one in Infernus Square, which would be it's on the list, isn't it? Which I think is the Wild Hound, but I'm scrolling. Yeah, Wild Hound.
Yep. I'd go over to there just to.
All right, so
see.
Backtracking your way through, you head back round to Infernus Square as it is roaring, absolutely roaring with activity. Let me just get that information up. So, heading to the Wild Hound. So, from the outside, it appears to be a massive building. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Whoops. It is a fairly large building, but it looks very old. It's very reminiscent of one of those very old, like, British pubs, where the wood looks like it's beginning to wane a little bit, like almost Tudor-esque. In fact, you know this to be the oldest tavern in Dayverton, dating back to the landing itself. You can see it is a 3-floor wooden building with these stone supports around the outside, and the wood is, mismatched in places, giving it a sense of being refurbished over and over again, replaced with newer structures when required. It has a brown slated roof and frost tinted windows. The frost is intentional. The frosted nature is intentional. The tintedness is grime over time. But as you head through the doorway, you can see it is absolutely bustling with activity. I just used the word bustling again. Apparently that's my word. So
like fucking Matt Mercer's like more whatever.
Toothy more, or proper, or Icar at the moment is apparently the new one. Anyway, as you step through, it is packed in here on this main tap room floor.
Just gonna do a quick sweep to see if she's around.
All right. Do you know what? I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna make you roll a perception for this, because if you spend enough time, you will get an answer to your question. So as you do walk around the room, eventually you can see there's a person, like in one of the edge booths, with an ale in front of them, with a kind of cloak over, and you give it a pass, but then you recognise the trimming on it. And as you look closer, you can see her face underneath the hood. She ever so often just takes a drink and like lays back in the booth. Especially when she leans her head back, you get a good look at her face.
Is she with anyone, or is she by herself?
She seems to be alone.
I'm gonna go over and take a seat opposite her. Aren't you a bit too young to be drinking? Hi.
Hi. And no, I'm not. There's literally no minimum drinking age.
True. So I've had an idea.
Ooh, don't hurt yourself.
Funny. About getting the old crew together. Help me with Father's little quest he's had me running.
That's ballsy.
Have you met with them recently? Over time? It's been 6 months since I've left, so I'd like to know if there's anything that's happened.
I'm not really seeing Sarah, but Felix and Daisy.
You know what's happened to us?
I won't lie to you, when the news came through, it was difficult to meet up.
What, the news of me? News. There's many news going on. What news?
The attack at the Viper's Pass.
Sorry, say that again.
The attack at Viper's Pass. Sorry, my sirens get just crushed.
Yeah, same.
That must be one of the musics. That's weird.
Yes, that makes sense. So you've met Daisy and Felix.
Yes. But, it's just, it doesn't feel the same.
You try?
Yes, perhaps you coming back would be a good chance to have everyone reunite.
So you think it's a good idea?
I mean, involving them in the current dilemma could be dangerous, but if they're willing to do it, you know, it's their decisions to make.
I'm not asking them to sweep around the church, I just want to know if they've heard any information. No, Felix, he has a bakery, works in.
Yes.
He might have overheard customers speaking as they come out of the theatre. Daisy herself, she is working at the ports. Her family do ships around. She might have heard some stories going on. Just getting them involved in the church, but just any information that could be useful.
Specifically to your traitor situation. Shit, sorry.
I'll look around to see if there's anyone listening.
No one seems to be paying attention to you.
Yes, that, and also just any other information around the coast that could be useful in the overall project I'm trying to do.
Sure. I think it's a good idea, then. I think they missed you. Don't know why.
I mean, look at me. Who wouldn't miss me? That's a lie. I can already tell.
Fuck off and let me drink.
Are you okay?
overwhelmed, as I said.
Fair enough. Enjoy your drink. I'm gonna get up and...
I'll drink one for you as well.
Not too many.
Not your choice.
I'm gonna walk out.
Alright.
And I'm gonna go to the bakery first.
Alright. So, as you leave the tavern, heading out of the Royal Ward towards Burntown, that is where we'll take our break. I think we need a break here. I need to sort something out with this lighting because it's like pitch black in this room right now. I know you can't tell from my face, but yeah. And I think Sirenscape's working again now. I think it might have just been that specific sound set. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my internet or if it's like a particular sound on Sirenscape.
Out for me as well.
But yeah, so it must be. I've had that problem before, specifically with the ocean sounds. There's a particular sound that always crashes, no matter what, and I don't know what it is, but hey ho. But we'll take our break there. We'll come back in like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Give me time to make a coffee.
To kick back. I said kick back. I don't know what kick off again. I mean, I went between like kick off and get back and put it kick back. It's the opposite of kicking back. Well, I suppose for you. Greetings, welcome back. So,
fuck's sake, man.
Where we had left off. What have you just seen?
I've just read Maya's fucking message in the chat.
Oh man, now I have to. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, shit. Hi. Hey, look, it's a stressful situation, okay?
Hey Alistair, we're very righteous as cult members, just trying to make things better for everyone. By the way, we're going to frame and kill an innocent man so I don't die.
Hey, look, shit happens.
Yeah, so where we left off, that is a pretty good summary for what happened previously. So we picked up where Alistair had left the party 4 days ago. Talked to his sister, and then visited Astoshan at his humble abode, whereupon they had a conversation about the traitor and various other topics. Some restraints were required, mental restraints anyway, at least on Alice's behalf. But a decision was made that in order to keep the cult from being discovered, that you would frame one of the other advisors within the upper echelon of the Church of the Eight, and by way of forging some sort of letter that incriminated this individual. The full plan is not currently in effect yet, but you left on reasonable terms, returning to the inn and having a morning of rest, for it was 5 AM before you were able to find any sleep. Having done that, you tried to track down your sister Anna, eventually finding her at the Wild Hound Inn inside the Royal Ward. There you talked to her about reuniting your old group of friends, and that is where we pick up as you head through the city over the bridge, once again returning to Oburn in hopes of finding perhaps your friend at their bakery. And that is where we're going to pick up. So, let me just check all the audio is working. Cool. So, as you cross the bridge, you know that your companions, not your companion, your old friend's bakery, I'm so used to saying that word now, your old friend's bakery being on the road opposite the theatre. As you head down, you can see the building, the smoke coming out of one of the chimneys, and a few people lined outside, as the shop is, pretty busy down here in Oburn. It's one of the only bakeries this side of the city, and as you approach, you can smell fresh bread being cooked. It's a quite enticing smell at this time of the day. What do you wish to do as you approach?
So is there a line of people in the bakery waiting to order?
There's a few people. You can see there's two of them stood outside, as like the queue is pretty long. As you approach.
I'll just join the queue.
Sure. You stand in line behind one of them. It takes about 15 minutes as the queue eventually dies down enough that you're inside and there's only one person ahead of you. Of course, a few others have lined up behind you at this point. Behind one of the larger counters. That's the right word. I was thinking of the word there. That one of the counters you can see a familiar individual to you, a young-looking man, though perhaps slightly older than you, wearing just like an apron over a white tunic that's rolled up on the sides, who is like cutting through bread and slicing it up or putting it into paper bags. He has this buzz cut hairstyle with these very brown eyes, and you can see every time he gives a bag to a customer or takes an order, there's a sense of confidence from him that is just kind of exude out. And eventually, the person in front of you parts ways, and you're able to step up. So what can I get for it? Well, I'll be fucked.
Long time no see.
Where the fuck have you been?
Ups and downs. How about you?
I've been here, on the grind.
I can very much see that. When's your next break?
You mind waiting around for about half an hour? Get off for lunch. Or late at lunch anyway.
Mind if I wait around for that?
Sure. I don't think there's any seats inside, but you can find one. Would you like a bit of bread?
Surprise me.
Alright. I know you ain't no, I can't think of the fucking word. It's a stranger. How did I forget that? No stranger to expensive bread, so Alright, let me see what I can get for you. You seem to walk over to like a row of like breads in little cubby holes, searches through. Oh, I know. Pulls out this large sort of loaf of bread. It's got almost like this striped pattern across it as he brings it over. Call this tiger bread.
I'll take it, I guess.
Packages it up. There you go.
Alright. How much?
Tell you what, it's on the house.
Very well, and I'll just find a corner, sort of just waiting.
Now you have to stand in the corner for a little bit. You can tear at the bread and eat it. It's quite a tough exterior of bread, but it's nice and fluffy in the middle. It's got like almost a slight spice taste to it, which means it's not too bad eating it just as bread. Though you can imagine with some some sort of like either salami or other kind of sausage meat, it actually might be quite nice. Or some like exotic cheeses. But eventually a table does free itself within a few minutes and you're able to sit down and wait that out as the line goes through. After half an hour passes, you can see that someone else comes to the counter and Felix and this other person have like a mini conversation. Takes his apron off, walks over to the side, takes off some gloves, puts it down, brushes himself off and walks over towards you. So enjoy the bread?
It's... to my tasting, yes, I very much do like it. How you been? It's been a while.
It has.
6 months?
I've been doing well.
Still...
Fuck, has it really been that long?
What I've been told, I don't really keep track of the time anymore.
No, fair enough.
How's everyone else been around? Have you met with them lately?
Daisy and your sister, mostly. Sarah's been a bit distant, but
I just wondering if we.
I feel like she must have related to you more, to be honest.
Well, she is of the wealthier class.
I hope it doesn't hasn't got to her head, or I'm thinking, you know.
I mean, wasn't it kinda in her head before I left? She was very.
Well, that's true.
Very standoffish. If you disagreed with her, that is. I was just and then see if you could do a meetup again. To everyone. It's been a while. 6 months since I've last seen you all. I see how things change. Got any stories? Anything interesting that's happened?
Well, I mean, it's not everyone, is it? Look, I'm sorry about.
Yes, I know.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't have the words for it.
You don't.
It's shit.
You don't need to apologise. It's not your fault. Thank you for. Thank you. I'd very much like to meet everyone that's left. I do you some good. Seeing everyone.
Aye.
The customer.
No, yeah, yep. I think it'll be good. Do you have a plan?
No,
Have you talked to the others?
Sort of just, you're the first one I'm talking to. I sort of just walked in and let you know I don't really have a plan. Don't really want to meet up at Daisy's out the blue.
When did you get back?
About a day ago, I'd like to say. Had some meeting with father, which really the wind out of my sails, so I couldn't visit you then.
How is he? He's still the same?
Even worse than I remember.
Honestly, that's hardly a surprise. No offense.
None taken. I'm very much in the same boat as you. So when do you get off?
Well,
Once you have a day free in the next couple of days.
well, I can take tomorrow off. I can get someone to cover.
Guess we'll meet tomorrow.
Otherwise, I won't be done till the evening.
I think you'll very much want to rest after work, especially because it's quite busy.
Honestly, it's the lunchtime rush.
Say it was
But you're not wrong.
tomorrow, midday. Park. I'll see if I can get in touch with Daisy and
Sure.
Sarah and Otto.
Well, I can get in touch with Daisy if you want.
Yeah,
Sarah and Otto, maybe not so much.
I'll see if I can get in touch with Daisy. I'm pretty sure Anna can get in touch with her. I'll see if I can get in touch with Otto as well. Let's say the park. Day.
Sure. The fountain, perhaps? So, otherwise we'd be wandering around the park
Yeah,
looking for each other.
I forget it's a big park. Fountain.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Look forward to seeing you.
Nice seeing you now.
Bit like, old times.
Hopefully. Anyway, don't want to take up any more of your lunch break.
Honestly, it's nice to see you. Nice to know that you're alright. Not really heard anything.
I've
You know,
had some adventures. I'm pretty sure I can tell you all tomorrow.
I look forward to hearing it.
It's I've got 2 other people to catch up with who are very hard to get a hold of, so catch you tomorrow.
Alright.
Very nice seeing you.
Midday tomorrow. The fountain in Dayford Park. Gets up from his seat, kind of goes in for a bro hug.
So. Right. I'll catch you.
Kind of watches you go out and sits back down to have the rest of his break.
Would I know where Sarah and Otto are located? Where they live? Specifically their house, or like a...
So I'm just making a note of when you're meeting them, otherwise I might forget. Who, sorry? Otto...
And Sarah.
Was it Otto? Otto and Sarah. I think Sarah more likely... we've skipped through. Based on her sort of station, I think you're more likely to know her location in Old Bark. It'll be one of the larger buildings that are situated up towards Old Bark Market.
Yep.
With the seafront view.
No, pardon me.
Bless you. As for Otto,
I think, if I remember...
now, he lives in Portside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if you know where Otto lives specifically. I mean, it's up. I guess it's kind of up to you. I'm just thinking in terms of if you've been to his house before.
I'll go to Sarah's first.
All right. So back through the city, up through Portside. The smell of fish and general dockland coastal scents fill your nostrils. As you pass by, you can see a clear view of the ice sheet all the way out for the several miles that reach towards where the ships are. And you're pretty sure on the horizon you can spot the ragtag still there, docked along the ice.
Oh, they left him.
And they have not left quite just yet.
Oh.
And then up through to Old Bark, where you can see the remnants of military buildings that have been stripped and changed into a more residential space. And a lot of it does have elements of almost shantytown, but as you get further up, you can see a more like closed-off community, a more gated community towards the top of Old Bark Mount. My goodness, Old Bark Market. And there are a few larger buildings that are on the actual coastline, which are fenced off from the rest of the rabble.
Yeah, a person like guarding the gate. So
there doesn't appear to be any staff there. She's from money, but not necessarily too much.
See if the gate's open. See if I can just walk in, maybe.
As you walk up to the gate, you can see there is a latch that can be moved off. The gate opens to a very small courtyard space. It's only like maybe 15 foot across, and there's a bit of grass and a single tree on the side. Otherwise, it's just a straight stone path towards the front door.
I got the resistance that I last knew that she had, and if I can, knock on the door.
Alright. You knock on the door. As you wait there, the door opens and you can see there is a sort of like maybe middle-aged gentleman there in a suit. Evening, sir.
Evening. I was wondering if Sarah was here.
Come calling for the lady of the house.
It's an old friend.
Very well. You have an appointment with the Lady Jones?
If you tell her who it is, I'm pretty sure she'll make space for me.
Very well. Please come inside, take a seat.
I do as he says.
Are you wearing your normal garb, out of curiosity?
Whilst walking around,
Like, what are you wearing right now?
just normal common clothes, like no armor, no. I think just normal clothes. No.
If you wouldn't mind following me, sir, as he closes the door and guides you into a small, like, waiting room. There's a crackling fireplace and a bottle of wine on a table. A few stacked glasses next to it. Feel free to take a drink, sir, as you wait.
Very well. I take a seat.
Alright. He heads out of an archway, and you can see he walks up some stairs.
Lady of the house.
A few minutes go by. A few minutes go by before you see the gown of someone walking down the stairs, and coming around through the archway is a pale-skinned woman of around 20 years old. Her hair, however, is this curly and fuzzy sort of nature, and as she walks it almost seems to like bounce around, and she looks across at you with a look of recognition, her blue eyes meeting yours. Well, I never.
Long time.
As I live and breathe. You're alive! What a shock.
Do you doubt me?
I hope you've seen your sister first.
Oh, yes, definitely. I've seen her, been chewed out by her.
Sorry, I've been taking up pipe smoking. It's done a number on my lungs.
Yes,
Am I down the wrong hole there?
I have seen my sister. First, I've been chewed out by her, put in my place by her. Afterwards, I'll meet everyone else.
Good. Not a single word in 6 months, Alistair.
I mean,
Not a single word.
I haven't received a letter in 6 months.
We didn't know where you'd gone. You'd vanished.
Yes, it is.
Where was I to send a letter to, Alistair?
You got me there.
To Sil City, perhaps? To Deep Bay, maybe?
I mean, yes,
Yes, I've heard you've been getting around.
You know, I've been busy, and writing letters
Takes only 5 minutes.
Not what I wanted to say.
Dear Lady Daisy Jones.
First of all, you're not a lady.
I am. I am now.
You are?
Yes.
Oh. Congratulations. I don't know what the order is.
Look, Alistair, just a single word would have been fine.
Look, I'm sorry. But I can tell you all of the stories if you want to meet up. I'm trying to meet up with everyone tomorrow, around midday.
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. I've been told by Felix and my sister that you've been distant. Talk about me for not sending a single word in 6 months, yet you yourself pretty distant from the group. I know you've been in the same town, it doesn't exactly the same weight to it, but...
Honestly, the cheek. You've been gone for all this time and here you are criticising me. You've not been here, you've not seen what's been happening.
I'd like to know. Come on. Just have fun when we meet up. Joking, laughing. I know I've been gone and I know you've heard stories about what's happened, but I am here, I'm alive, and I am fine. Looking at you, you look very... You look fine yourself. I'd like to hear the stories.
Are you flirting with me?
No, I don't have. Only have those eyes for one person.
Of course, that
Don't.
was...
It's fine.
No. I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
Again, you don't need to apologize.
Then why do I feel like shit?
Because you live in David.
A very strong criticizer now, are we?
Being gone for 6 months does open your eyes a bit to what other places are like.
Seems you have stories to tell.
Would you like to hear them?
I would, but I have family priorities.
Even midday tomorrow? You're a lady now. Don't you have some power to sort of flex?
I think we both know that the moment we take on new titles, we take on new responsibilities that we cannot avoid. But, yes, fine, I will try to take some time off. Not just to shut you up.
Oh, you know you're gonna have to take a lot more to do that. But honestly, it's
I'm aware.
It's nice seeing you.
It's good to see you as well, Alistair.
Okay, so now how do I say goodbye to a lady? Do I like bow?
You bow.
I bow. You wanted the accent to bow.
No. Well, I feel like I'd be one of the first, so it would be most gracious, my liege. For someone who hates the city, you seem to enjoy throwing your name around.
I mean, name is power.
True, I suppose. But power's not everything that it's chalked up to be.
It can help though.
It is true if the people with the power desire to help. Do you desire to help?
Wouldn't be back here if I didn't.
So this isn't a return.
Or what?
This isn't a return? You're leaving again, I presume?
I'll be here for a couple of days. I need to sort some things out on a quest that if you would be so gracious to join us tomorrow, I'll tell you all about. So I do have companions to meet up with and complete the mission. That's why I want to meet up with everyone. I want to at least meet up and tell you when I'm going again. Like last time.
I will make the time.
Okay. It's midday.
But I swear,
Park fountain.
if Felix gives me the look again, I'm walking.
Look.
But the last time that, after we found out, you know, just had this disapproving look
Chew.
at me. You weren't here.
Well, if it gives you that look again, I'm pretty sure I could do something about it.
That's a promise.
I promise.
Okay.
Midday Park fountain. I expect to see you there.
You shall see me, your royal holiness.
It's good to see you.
And you as well.
Goodbye, Miss Lady Jones, or however you go.
Lady Jones will just be just fine.
Lady Jones.
If you call me that in front of them.
What?
Do not call me Lady Jones in front of them. I've already enough to deal with them. They're making jokes about it.
Very well.
Don't need them to be reminded.
Very well. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I got some walk out.
Jeeves, you wouldn't mind?
It's fine. I'm not going to get lost on the way out.
Your decision.
Alright.
See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
She immediately walks over to the wine bottle on the side, and as you're leaving, you can see her pouring a glass, looking at it, and then just chugging from the bottle.
Yep. Nice.
All right. As you open the door and leave, you're back out into the city. Where is the next stop on Alistair's list of destinations?
Well, I don't know where Otto is, so I'm gonna have to.
That is true.
Find my sister, see if she knows.
All right.
So
So back to the tavern.
back to the tavern, and if not, the fucking house. Just going back and forth.
All right. All right. I'll say that you can head back to the tavern, and she'll still be there. There are a couple of glasses on the side at this point. As you get back there, you can see her there having a drink.
How many glasses are there?
There are 5 on the table, not including the one that's in her hand.
Oh, so it's a bit of a lightweight, are we?
Alistair, you're back.
Yes, very well. Yes, I am back. I've got information, and I'll take the glass away from her.
I'm drinking that.
Yes, I can tell you, but
What the fuck?
most of it's on you.
I'm saving it for later.
Sure you are. Anyway, I've met with Felix and Sarah.
Mm?
Want to meet up tomorrow?
Oh.
Midday at the park?
Oh, sorry, are you asking me?
Do you want to come along?
Oh, fuck yeah. If everyone's meeting up, I'm not missing out on it.
Well, there's
That would be rude.
one person.
And I'm not rude. That's one thing about me, I'm not rude. He's laughing at me.
I'll give you that suspicion.
You do something with your face.
Oh, there's.
I think we need another drink.
Well, first of all, I need. Do you know where Otto is?
He lives in the city.
Well done. Just narrows it down to literally everywhere in the city.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes.
He lives near the docks, right?
Yes, his family are sea traders, but again, the dock is like half the city.
Oh.
If you can remember.
That would be a problem.
I lean in and I go, if you can remember, I'll buy you another drink.
Let me think.
Don't hurt yourself.
Trying to think. I've never been to his house, but I've stalked him before.
We're gonna talk about that.
I just
Wait, no,
like
wait,
to know
wait.
where people, go to. It's a defense thing, just knowing if he had an accident, where to go home.
That's very... We're gonna talk about that when you're sober.
Oh, am I definitely wrong?
I don't know, just interesting. Anyway, yes,
I feel like that's is a vicious stretch. There's uh the a gutter shop. The big arena. What's it called again?
What, the theatre?
No, the arena. The arena.
Oh, the circle of... Cap? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, yes. The circle of cats.
Yes, cats, that is.
He lives on Fisher's Stretch, near there, where the gutter shop is.
Very well. Do you want to go home? Rest.
I can't go right now.
Why not?
Because if... I don't know if you know this, but my father is quite overbearing.
Ah,
He would lose his shit if he saw me like this.
don't you think it would be very funny to see that?
I feel like you're trying to drink me into something here.
Oh, I'm just want to make sure that you get to your bed.
I am going to have a nice sleep right here.
Anna, your left eye's looking this way, your right eye's looking this way.
That's why everything's so blurry.
Yes, so I think you need to actually get to your bed. You're not going to be able to make it home alone.
Then I will get better. I'm not going home. No.
What about an inn?
Okay.
You know,
I can do
a
that.
very comfortable inn that overlooks the park.
Which part?
Big one with the fountain.
Sure. That sounds like something nice.
Very well. You stand up.
She grips onto the table and stands up. She's able to stand, but she's swaying a little bit. And you just hear someone from across a few tables down. I think someone's had a little bit too much to drink.
Just shoot him a look.
You shooting him a look.
Yeah.
We got a problem here, mate.
You will if you carry on. I'm just gonna.
I'm
gonna carry on.
Oh, you got a big boy here.
No, you've got Alistair Alexander Arnold the First.
As you say that, the tavern just goes silent.
Want to say that again? My face. Everyone watching. One. Say it. I'm just joking. Don't worry about it. Have a nice drink, and I'm gonna help her out.
Yeah. Kind of nods. Everyone kind of looks at him, and their eyes watching you as you leave. Before you back out into the royal ward.
There we go.
All right. As you head into the royal ward, are you
I'm gonna go to
guiding her through Burntown? You could get a carriage; it might be easier to then lug
I'm
her through.
gonna get a carriage and go to the inn. That
Alright, it'll be 2 silver to get the carriage around. Small change really for you guys. As you grab a carriage, are you going? I'm assuming you're going there with her.
Can I make sure she
Alright,
gets
so as you, of course, you are guided round, heading towards Druid Park. Near the large tavern there in Edward Square, the Gorgon's Grudge, you can find an inn. In fact, I believe this will be an inn right across the road, this sort of larger building. on Edwin Square. You can head in. It's a comfortable stay for a single night. It'll be 8 silver pieces.
I'll pay for that and make sure she gets to the room.
Right. You guide her upstairs, and you're able to kind of get her into this nice 4-poster bed, and it's a sizable room with a view over the Druid Park and Edwin Square itself. Once she's in bed, she's immediately asleep. In fact, she's asleep by the point you kind of got into the room. She's dozed off as she's walking. She's nicely into bed as you can head out the room. There is a space underneath the door if you want to slide the key underneath.
I'm just going to leave a little note through parchment, probably from the desk and a pen. Just
sure.
Tomorrow noon, Arc by the fountain, everyone's meeting up. Put that on the bedside table with the key.
Okay. So with that, leaving the room, where are you off to now?
Jesus Christ, is that what it looks like when I was drunk? I'm gonna go to Otto's place.
Okay. Very well. As you leave, you head through Burntown again, passing the large arena down towards Portside, and once on Fisher Stretch, looking out for any of the kind of houses and buildings. As you do so, you can see this sort of gutter fish gutting shop. As you can see, a few carts of fish being taken in through a side alley. You don't see a house necessarily. It's more of a boarding house, which is less of an actual individual home and more akin to flats. But there are people coming in and out.
Yeah, just gonna make my way in.
Alright, the moment you step through the door, it's very quiet here. Let me just change the sound real quick. Yeah, it's very quiet inside. But as you step through, it's like a foyer area. You see a long hall ahead of you with some rooms, and at the very far end is a staircase that seems to lead up to some upper levels. But to your left is this desk with sort of an older looking woman behind it who's going through a ledger and placing some stuff around in the desk. As you step through, this little bell that kind of jingles slightly, though it's more of a muted dum dum, as the rope on the inside and the metal itself is kind of cracked and tarnished, and it's not really letting out much of a ring now. It's quite an old looking building, and the floorboards creak as you take a few steps in, and there is a musky scent in the air.
Can I help you, my dear?
Yes, I'm looking for someone called Otto.
Otto.
Yes, his name is Otto Smith. If you've.
Does he live here, dear?
Yes, that's what I've been told. He lives here.
Otto Smith. Did you say?
Sorry?
Otto Smith, did you say?
Yes, that's him.
Yes. Yes. Room 305 upstairs on the 3rd floor.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome, dearie. You look very posh.
I can assure you I'm just a traveller. I've seen many.
A tourist, then? From the south? Got a northern accent, though.
I guess you could say I'm sort of a tourist here, yes.
Ah, well, so wonderful to have tourists here in my establishment. Are you looking for bed and board yourself?
No, just Otto.
Ah, I see. Well, as I said, room 305.
Thank you. And I'm gonna go up.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
You head up the staircases to that room. Down the hallway, you come across the room marked 305.
Knock.
Right. Give a knock on the door.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You just hear like a voice whisper behind the door. Look! I told you! Alright? I can't pay it this week. So just lay off.
I'm just here for a friend.
Oh, the gods, I can't. And you hear like footsteps walking to the door and you hear like a latch open. And there before you is your friend, Otto Smith. This scrawny looking human who has probably one of the younger complexions of the group. He has this long blonde hair and these deep brown eyes that kind of look you over with confusion. Well, I never thought I'd see you again.
I never thought I'd be back again. How you been?
Oh. Good.
Your fam?
Sorry, sir. I'm just a little shocked. Come in. Sorry. How rude of me. Come in.
I follow him.
Closes the door behind you. See him like peek around the corner and just slide the latch across. I don't really have much to offer you.
Oh, it's
Water, maybe.
it's fine.
Drink.
No, hold up.
You can see as you look through, like just before that, just so you know where you are. You seem to be in like basically what looks like a single room. There's a bed near the window at one end. There's a single like table and a few stools nearby, and some very basic amenities. There is like a separate like wooden. In fact, actually, I take that back. It is not ensuite. There is no toilet in here. It's just a bedroom.
How you been?
Well, I think.
And your parents? I know they're traders.
Yeah. Been better.
They
Father's ill.
ill.
Yeah. Had to stop working.
I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know.
It's fine. Well, not really surprised you've not been here.
Yes, sorry about leaving so suddenly. I've already been berated by 3.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna berate you, mate. Like, you're living a bit of a dream, you know. Heard you've been off wandering around.
Yes, I guess you could say that.
What's it like out there?
It. Lot of people.
Is it different to here?
Very different. There's, well, a place in Deep Bay where you can actually use magic freely.
Oh,
You need a license, so not everyone can actually, like, shoot out spells, but
so
it's a kingdom below us. Val-Aeria?
Val-Aeria.
Val-Aeria. The people there are... What I've seen of them, they're different. Very different, but also caring. Very sarcastic in the way that they speak. Also,
I should like to visit there, to be honest. I'd like to I'd like to see the architecture.
you want a trader, don't you? Of all the rest of the quest.
So
I'm saying that to him. You want to be a trader.
say it again. I missed it. Sorry.
You want to be a trader, don't you? Like travel.
It's a dream. That's all it really is, to be honest, a dream. But
I never thought I'd leave Dayford until one day I was told I had to. So.
Yeah, well, no offense, mate, but you do have.
I have a different upbringing, yes.
I wasn't. I didn't mean that. In a
Oh no!
horrible way,
No, I'm actually here to tell you that obviously I'm back. I'm here, but also everyone else is meeting. Entire group.
Oh.
Anna, me, Sarah, Daisy, Felix. Wondering if you want to join in as well. Tomorrow midday by the park.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I can. I think I can make it work. I just have to check my rotor, but.
You okay? Also.
Yeah, just fine. I'm all good.
Who did you think I was, though? Obviously, you didn't think it was me, so don't even try that.
Look, it's none of your worries.
I mean, a friend of mine backed me up even when you thought you knew you couldn't. I'm gone for 6 months, but I'm still the same person.
I'm in a little financial trouble.
So father's not working is hurt. I can help you if you want. Think of it as
no.
I've got a present for Anna. So look at me.
I know your problems. I'm not looking for your money.
Yes, but remember what you told me. You would fight for me even when you know you would lose. Why can't I do the same? I'm not taking charity on you if that's what you think it is.
That's what it feels like.
I'm only going to help you if you want me to. I'm not going to force you to. Everyone is going to meet up tomorrow. I want everyone to be happy, be well. We can actually just talk again and hang out like friends. If you're in like this situation, then I want to help.
I'm 20 gold behind on my rent. And I just got laid off.
The docks. What happened?
Well, with all the increase in raids, they've had to thin the herd, so to speak. So, me and my entire crew got laid off, and I've heard that a lot of the other boys have as well. There's no point having dock workers if there's no trade to bring in from the ships, or any ships to bring the trade in.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out one platinum piece. Gonna help you with your rent. I also want you to put it towards stuff that you want to do. Dream. People aren't willing to trade by the sea. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of business to do on land trading.
Looks at the platinum piece.
If you want to take it, that is. And I put my hand out. Your choice.
Just so you know, 1 platinum piece equals 10 gold pieces.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought it was small. I put out. I'm gonna put out.
It's like you're toying with them.
Sorry, I did not know that. I take that back. That is retcon. I did not know that. In that case, I take out 3 platinum pieces.
Okay.
That's gonna be.
There's a pause for a moment as he looks at them. Kind of reaches out, kind of stops, brings his hand back. Meets your gaze.
As he sort of reaches down, I just like clasp his hand. Also, your friend, remember? I'll just twist it down like that so the platinum falls onto his hand and get away. That's done. Do you want to meet everyone tomorrow? Noon?
Yeah.
Be warned, Felix and Sarah are both coming, so they might get into a bit of a squabble. So you might need to hold one of them back. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to hold Sarah back.
I'm not going anywhere near Felix.
Well, would you go near Sarah?
Well, I'd rather not go near either of them. I feel like Sarah might bite my ear off or something.
Wouldn't you want to go near Felix then? If you know Sarah's gonna bite your ear off.
Have you seen him?
He's true.
He might be a baker, but I tell you, lifting all those bags of flour, he fucking ripped. He'd break me in half.
True, yeah. And then you might want to just take a step back when they meet each other. Sarah's not fond of the looks and the jokes he makes.
Well, I'll be steering as far away from them as I possibly can, believe you me.
Tomorrow.
Thank you, Alistair.
You don't need to thank me.
No, I do. Thank you.
Fine. Oh, and I also heard, just for your ears out, there might be a new trade route from Bay going up the coast, and
Well,
need some spots open if you want to investigate that.
how do you know all this?
Traveled the coast, heard things to people in a higher position of myself, and I'll let you know that tomorrow.
Alright,
So you're gonna be there?
I'll be there. Be good to see everyone.
Right for the night? Or were you planning on eating?
I didn't hear what you said. You cut out in the
sorry.
middle of that sentence. Sorry.
Have you eaten anything?
No.
What would you like? Do you miss eating the most?
Try to get a bison broth. Heard the hound does a good one.
Go there then.
Well, I can't afford the bison. I can't afford the hound. That's
Okay.
You serious?
I'm Alistair Alexander Arnold the First. I never lie. Unless I need to.
That is bullshit. I'll call that one out. That's bullshit. Alright, let's go and have some dinner then.
Yep. Go out and have some dinner.
Alright.
Tell it.
So you leave with him, he locks the door behind, and you both journey up to the Royal Ward to have a, probably at this point, a late afternoon dinner.
What time is it, by the way?
I've been I've been very lightly judging the time here. At this point, you've been going around a far ways.
Yeah. Oh, like across the town.
I think it's probably going to be around 5 p.m. now.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you return to the Wild Hound.
was that the one that I just
business there.
threatened people in?
Yep.
Shit. I'm gonna put up my fucking hood so people don't recognise me.
Alright, as you head back in, you find yourself a table. As you and it was Otto, wasn't it? It was Otto, yeah.
Smith, yeah.
You and Otto find a table, order some bison broth, which comes as a very large bowl with some sourdough bread. It's a very thick, viscous, soupy sort of broth with lumps of bison meat inside and some potatoes, carrots. It's a very warm, flavourful, meaty dish.
Just to lighten the mood, I tell him stories. The story of like how I saw Anna today, just absolutely just smashed out of her head.
You laugh and talk together throughout the remainder of the evening. Is there anything you'd like to do with him particularly before he parts ways?
Where's you said your father was ill? Yes. I'd like to bring it up. I just no.
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
You said your father was ill.
Yes, yeah.
Where's he kept?
Where is he kept?
Is he in hospital? Is he in hospital? Basically.
A hospital? You must be joking, we can't afford that. He's a few doors down from us. From me.
Do you have a key? Just wanted to see him, that's all. If I can do anything.
Sure, I do.
Just want to have a look, that's all. I am a cleric after all.
I guess. Yeah, you can try any kind of holy shit. I'll accept it. It works. I'd be so appreciative. I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
I just want to have a look, that's all.
Finish up the food. After which, as the dishes are taken, presumably then you head back to his abode in Portside.
Yep.
All right. As you get back there, he leads you back up towards where his room is, and before you get to his, about 3 doors down, he knocks on the door. Ma! Pa, it's me. The door kind of creaks open and you can see that
I've got my
a woman in her like 50s or 60s there in like a shawl and nightgown.
I'd say at this point I've got my religious robes on just to like show them who I am.
That's fine. Oh, hello.
Hi, I heard there's someone who's quite sick here.
She looks over at Otto.
Expenses paid. Of course, that won't cost anything.
Right this way. She turns and guides you in. As you step in, it's a similar sized room, except there's a slightly larger bed here, which cramps part of the wall. And on the side, you can see I say elderly. He's clearly later middle aged, again, like 50s or so. But some kind of illness has grayed his skin, and he looks a lot older than his actual age, as he's just kind of lying there asleep on the bed.
Would I have seen anything like this before?
Roll me a medicine check. Fucking hell, I was just getting to all the things today.
Let's have a look. Medicine.
He's gonna fix up this city in one session.
Oh, 26.
Jeez.
Fuck out.
Alright. Jeez Louise. Alright.
Eric boys.
Fuck me. I'm trying to think here because I don't want to use any real world illnesses right now. I feel like
I'll say this. Is it something like So Aria's father had an illness.
I see. Okay, so when you examine him, and you kind of like check his vital systems and
I've also seen people in Still
kind of look
City
over that
as
sort of
well.
stuff.
I believe that had the illness
His
as
symptoms are not like what you'd seen before. This seems natural.
well. Okay.
This does seem like a natural disease. It seems to be, as far as you can tell, something that is affecting his chest and his breathing. But that's all, like, I'd say you know that it is something that could be curable if you had the right, if he was taken to proper medical care. But obviously they cannot afford it, and it's. I feel like I've weaved in so many like subtle political themes that have been completely unintentional.
Would like any of my healing magic, or perhaps like a healing potion, fix it?
Healing magic, not necessarily, but do you have anything that would cure disease?
Cure disease.
I don't know if lesser restoration gets rid of diseases.
Oh, it might actually. Restoration.
I can't be sure on that.
Oh, what level is it? Is it level 3?
It's fairly low level.
Can't find it. Give us one. Oh, wait. Level 2. You touch a creature, either one of disease or condition afflicted to it. The condition can be blind, deaf, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay, blind, deaf, paralyzed, or
I'll put
poisoned.
it-
Right, that's what you said.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
In Dirty 20 or 20.
Touch creature and either one disease or one condition. Okay, so it does end one disease. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Alright, you go up to him.
So I go up to him.
What's your flavour?
Yeah, so to masquerade it, I'm gonna put my hand over him, basically like an inch or two above his body. My fingertips, this golden sort of, like almost like glitter, just comes down as I put my hand like over his body. It sort of just covers every part of his body. Slowly starts to glow, sort of sink into his skins. As the under part of his skin starts to glow, you see little black bits pop up where the disease might be around his chest as it slowly light goes towards it and makes it fade away.
As you're moving your hand across and the light emanates from it, you can see almost like this ethereal sleeve almost alongside. It's almost like a slightly double vision where it's not perfectly on you, it's like almost like to the side.
Yeah.
And a skeletal hand kind of above yours, mimicking exactly the same action. And you feel like this chill, and as you look up, there's a kind of very small, slightly cracked mirror across where the bed is, and you can see next to your head is this dark cowl, as some kind of like figure is stood right next to you, and you hear these words.
Yes. It is not this one's time yet.
And with that, the disease rises to the surface and dissipates into nothingness. You watch the colour return to the man's skin, the aging effect seemingly beginning to dissipate as his breathing returns to normal. The woman next to you, like, drops to her knees, like, clutching the side of the bed and just begins to sob. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And you can see even Otto struggling to keep tears from flowing down his face as he just grips you immediately and brings you in for a hug. You've paid so many debts to me, I can't...
Don't. It's fine. As for tonight, he will need to rest for about a couple of days. But he should be fine and back on his feet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sort of like tap him on the shoulder.
Just grabs you for a hug.
Alright, ma'am, I hope everything is well in your future. I'll be off. Oh, I hope you live a long and happy life now. Make the most.
You can see that she turns tear streak down her face, kind of gives you like a nod, but her attention is like just like checking her husband.
He'll wake up. Make sure he gets plenty of water still.
Of course. I'll look after him.
And I pat on the shoulder. Remember, day, fountain. Everyone will be there.
I'll be there too.
I'm gonna walk out.
She closed the door. Walking away, that feeling of doing something objectively good.
He's building up his karma because he knows he's gonna do some evil shit later on.
So it's the infamous tactic of just you're doing too good and you want to be like neutral, so you just have to do a bunch of evil murdering shit.
Yeah, I've got to do evil stuff to get the more powerful spells, right?
That's how karma works, right?
Yeah. Like you save someone's life, meaning you can kill some of them later on, right?
Yeah, that's literally how it works, right? That must be the real world. I can't be taken away and arrested for murder if I like give 3,000 as charity, right?
Yeah. 3,000.
If only I feel like that would have been a funny joke if that wasn't literally how the world actually works.
Yeah.
Now I have hurt my own feelings.
D&D.
Escapism? Or
I mean, escapism with trauma and implications involved.
So yeah, you head out of the bunkhouse, which is this double blue building over here, by the way. It's not pinging. There we go. It's pinging, but very slowly.
Yes, I can see it.
Cool. Yeah. So as you head on out, you're back on the streets.
So I guess now I'm going to do a sending message to Asashan. Like,
Alright.
Any more news on the plan? I want to get this over and done with as fast as possible. As well as meet with members of the cult. Probably today.
There is a pause. But eventually, almost like someone was considering their answer back to you. There's a response. Yes, I've considered the options. Have you heard of an Edgar Notch?
Have I?
The name rings a bell as being within the church. You're pretty confident that it's someone in a kind of higher position. Would seem like a good target for our operation. A meeting is still to be determined.
Okay. Just use send him back. Very well. I'd still want to talk about it more. And I just want to meet the cult again. No meeting with Chain needed yet. I just want to go to the cult. Hide out again.
There is a response. So you wish to return home at last. Meet me at my house and we shall go together.
Up. Go.
Alright. As the sun has actually already set at this point, because you went for dinner at 5 and it's kind of just only coming up to spring, and here in the north the sun sets early. It's already dark outside as you cross over to Oburn once again. However, the liveliness of this particular space is not quite asleep just yet. As you pass one of the larger taverns on the side of Oburn, which I can't remember its name. It's on the side. The Two-Eyed Cyclops. Following the new road around, eventually coming back to Astershan's house. The gate is unlocked. Like, the chain isn't around the gate anymore.
No. Go in. And cautiously go up to the front door and see if it's locked.
Placing your hand on the handle, moving it. The lights are on.
So Sean?
Come in!
Thank God. Alright.
He turns his head around the corner.
I'm gonna walk in.
Did I scare you, son?
Just a lack of locks. Seems a bit...
Well, I knew you were coming. Of course I'd keep my gate unlocked.
very well.
It is cold outside. And do you really think I fear intruders?
No, it's just, well, you always seem to keep secrets locked up, so... Anyway.
It is the wise decision.
I'm
But no secrets here, I can assure you.
gonna go in and close the door.
Good. You were letting in a draft. I am joking. Well, slightly, but I am not annoyed. Are you ready?
Well, it's been 6 months, so I guess I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Follow me. Turns and walks to his study. Do you follow suit?
Yep.
He pauses halfway and goes, perhaps I shall lock the doors, and turns back and locks the front door, then goes back. Pulling on the book in the bookshelf, it moves away again. After you.
I'd go first.
He steps in after, pulls the lever in the bookcase, moves back down the stairs towards the circle. Steps into the middle. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Do you remember the word?
The saying.
Recite it.
F is just the beginning.
Very good. There's a flash of black energy as you feel yourself pulling through space. You are effectively just shadow and mist for a split second. It's almost like being in that misty step, but it's uncomfortable. And suddenly you are no longer in David. Suddenly, it's very, very quiet. And you're suddenly greeted by an overwhelming warmth. Like an underground building. Una minute. There we go. As you find yourself teleported inside, you are now within this very long, extended corridor. Not corridor, sorry, like giant hall. There is a rune on the ground beneath your feet, the colour of ash, as it kind of makes up this teleportation circle. Lit braziers line the sides of the of this large chamber. Several doors leading out into various other spaces which you would recognise within this particular area. And you are home. I suppose it's kind of home. Bless you. Bless you again. The ash kind of kicks up in the air in here. Allergies are...
I'll never get used to teleportation.
As you take a step of the teleportation circle, you can see the blackstone and basalt walls that make up the architecture of this space. Every step that you make echoes, and you can hear the distant chanting and talking that is indiscernible at this point, but echoes throughout the interior of this very, very enclosed space. You can also see these accents of red that form accents of red in the form of tapestries, rugs, and coloured tiling. And the first thing that really comes to mind as you look across is just how prevalent the symbol of the cult is. It's everywhere. It's on banners, painted on walls, and etched into the floor with golden trim.
I've just put my hand over where it's branded into my...
Welcome home. Alistair. Welcome home.
As well. Just want to meet everyone that I can. And
I'm just putting a thing in the...
Oh.
In the Discord, so this is I mean, I'm only putting this in here because you know the layout of this this hideout. So it's a large chamber, and you are coming in that top space with the little golden circles at the top. That is where you're entering from. That is the teleportation circle.
Ooh, alright, let's have a look at this. Wait, so we're in the hallway with the golden circle in it, like the long one?
Yes, the one that looks like it's got an axe. Is it the
one that
red
tinned. Looks like an axe.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll just go to like the main sort of gathering area. It's in... Yeah.
Right. So, you'd know that just beneath that chamber there are two separate sort of gathering and dining spaces. The one on the left is usually for the kind of lower members of the cult, and on the right is where some of the more prominent figures will dine together and socialise together. Most of the people that you would really interact with would be in that particular space. But as you head down through the doorway and into the hallways that connect this network of rooms, you, for the first time in a very, very long time, pass similar people in black hoods and cloaks who kind of like touch the space of where their brand is every time they kind of walk past you, give you a nod, or less of a nod and more of a courteous bow.
Yep, I go into the room there.
Alright.
The higher ups are.
Okay. Give me just 2 seconds. So, finally,
Oh, 105
take
sessions.
the second side. Yep. Now you're here.
Jesus Christ.
Just need to get the right document up. Okay. As you step through into that particular chamber, you can see there are a couple of people sat around the table playing cards. The first one you can see would be you'd see a black lizard folk, scales almost polished and cleaned in this very well maintained pattern. In fact, it's almost like the surface of like water in darkness. It reflects almost like a mirror. The only thing that kind of sheds away from that colour are his very sharp green eyes that look across at you. Sat next to him, and you'd recognise that him as Vusk.
Yep.
And you would recognise next to him, if I can move my cursor onto the page. Next to him would be
oh, pardon me.
I'd say the next one would be a towering man with this ash grey skin, with like these almost like patterned scars across his body that would resemble tattoos, but instead they are these like very prominent scars. He too looks across at you with pure white eyes and doesn't betray a single emotion upon seeing you.
Yep.
But you recognise him as Kugath.
Kugath, yep.
But Vusk is the first one to talk.
We'll lend you a sight for sore eyes.
Yes, it's been quite a while since I've been here. Put my hood down.
Would you like to try your hand at a game of cards?
Last time I checked, you've beat me every time we've played, so...
That's because I am good at the game, and you're naive.
A lot has changed over 6 months. I think you'll find I am less naive.
But probably still shit at poker. Sit down. Play a hand.
Is that a gesture?
Kugath kind of looks at you, looks back down at the cards.
Who's winning at the moment?
I am.
Is it? Go over to...
That's because he's cheating.
I am not cheating, Vusk. You're just shit. Throws down a hand.
Well,
Flush.
is ever dealing? I'd like to join in.
Well done. Flush, eh?
Just want to see if he's...
Shit.
Throws down 2 pairs.
So you've gotten rusty then?
One bad game.
Is it one? And I'll look over to Carter.
There's 3.
Oh, a hat trick.
Just deal the hand, Kugath.
I take a...
Leans back in his chair. You can see he kind of stands up for a second, whips his tail around.
Look at
He's
that.
licking his scales. You see him just kind of like lick across his palm and up his scales. Sits back down, agitated.
I'll take a seat and just sort of lay back.
Alright. Kugath begins to deal some cards. To make this very simple, we're going to play a game of rollies. So, just roll a d20. Otherwise, we're going to spend about an hour playing poker here.
Alright, there we go.
Oh, that is not good. Right. So, I have a green one. I'll make that. Do you know what? I'm going to use colour appropriate dice. So, this sort of cyan. You can't
It's
see it.
literally taken up by your.
This cyan-coloured one, sort of clear, is going to be Kogath, and this greenish one,
Yep.
it's more of like a light blue, it's going to be Vusk. You all throw your cards down. Shit! And you see Voss like swipes at the table with his tail. You're cheating, Kogath! I'm not cheating!
How about I deal the cards next time?
I'm fine with that. What about you? Yeah. One more game.
So I'm dealing out cards. I'm just gonna be like, so, where is everyone? It's you two here, but
Sorry, I've lost a dice.
it's alright. Where's Zinnia and Eris? Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, I dropped my headphones. I knocked the wire.
Ooh,
It's
that's
all good.
kinda painful.
It's not. It wasn't. It was fine. It just sounded painful.
Yeah, I'll say. So, where's?
Sorry, say that again.
Where's the likes of Zinnia and Eris? I don't pronounce his name. Her name.
They're around. Why?
Right.
More entertaining than us?
Yeah.
First got a point, and we're not good enough for you, Alistair.
It's been 6 months. I just wanted to meet everyone. That's all. I'm gonna roll. Okay. No.
Place the cards out. Throws his cards down.
I guess I'm your lucky charm.
Yes. See, I know you're cheating.
Oh, I mean, he's still 3-1 up or 4-1 up on you, but yes, I guess.
Bold words.
I mean, I've been away for 6 months. What's changed? Anyway, any notable news happening that I should be aware of? I'm back.
Well, you are the news. Everyone is quite interested on what the great Alistair, the Axton, whatever, has been doing. And what beckons his return.
Business. I'm trying to, if you must know, get the Restless Coast united against the Foyfords. I've already got Verloom and Deep Bay.
How have you done that?
Words.
I don't believe you. Who did you have to kill?
No one, actually. I haven't had to kill anyone, I don't think. Obviously people died along the way, but I didn't do any of the killing. I just
I want to hear those stories.
What, the ones of people dying, or the talking ones?
Yes, I want to hear the beauty of it. What were some of their last words?
I don't remember their last words, but I do remember how they felt, and I sort of take out my scythe. It's down.
Oh, what is this?
It is the soul-searing scythe.
What does that mean?
It means if I hit you with it and you die, your soul is forever vaporized.
Is that a threat?
You asked what it did, didn't you?
I did. Where do I get one?
You'll have to travel down under the Restless Coast and help a fire giant fight against some big bugs underground, and he'll take you to his fire chamber and let you pick out a weapon.
I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
Oh no, that's
Axton.
it's true. I sort of just show where, like, it's like architecture. See any of this on this plane of existence? Like I said,
Maybe there's truth in what you speak.
being gone 6 months is a long time. A lot of things can happen.
Yes. Yes, they can.
For example, anything happened here? I'll go over to Cardiff as well.
It's been a little quiet.
Why is that?
Well, Esther Shen's favorite apprentice disappeared.
So I'm the life of the party then.
For now. For now.
Good to be back though.
Yes. It's good to see you alive. Surprising.
Did you have any doubts that I wouldn't?
I think you're tougher than you look.
That's a very good observation. Anyway, what's the record between you and Crimson like?
How'd you mean?
Fighting record. Last time I checked, he was getting pretty close to overtaking you. Was he not?
I don't think that information is important.
I mean, I can ask him if you want.
I'm allowing him to catch up. Makes things more interesting, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess.
Why? Do you have something to say about it?
I'm just curious how things have changed over 6 months. Been quiet. There's a lot of things have happened. I'm guessing you and him fighting would be a sort of factor of entertainment around here.
As you say this, you can see the door, or you hear the door open behind you, and stepping through, you can see a black and white third tabaxi who walks in. You can see now there is a fresh scar underneath his right eye, but the fur is not grown back properly, and one of his fangs is slightly chipped on the side.
Alistair. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. I see you've had a number done on you quite a bit.
Yes, I have had a few bouts. I hear that you had your own.
Yes, I've had many. Mainly ones against from other worlds, dimensions, and beings that you would not believe.
Sounds interesting.
Oh,
I can't wait to hear about it.
well, if I'm gonna come and get a drink, I can tell you all about it.
Speaking of drinks,
Walks over and places down two unbranded brown bottles onto the table, and they kind of like foam over a little bit.
careful, you get them on the cards. Don't be so annoying. If you want a drink, you know where to find me.
Gives you a bow, Alistair, towards Coog.
Good dog.
Basically ignores Vusk and just heads out the room, closes the door behind.
He seems a bit annoyed with you. Is that from the last fight that you did? You know, the whole scar.
To show him that things aren't always easy.
Anyway, do you know, like I said, Senior is? Very much like to talk to her. By the way, is Asher Shan in the room? Has he gone off?
I'd say that Asher Shan kind of seen you venture into here and kind of disappeared. Who did you ask for? Zinnia?
Senior, yeah.
I would say. Give me 1 second as I have to dart between a few different sheets here. Sorry. Where is it? I would say. Oh, I can't find it on this map. Okay, there it is. So, as you ask that question, last I saw her, she was heading to the library.
The library?
Aye.
Yeah, very well. Like I said, it was nice seeing you two again. I'm gonna take out my pouch and get 2 gold pieces. Both of you winning. If they can both have them.
They both kind of watch you as you leave. And out you go. Alright, so you'd know that the library is within a network of like studies and sort of like a religious study area, which you know that you'd spent some time in before, which is the top left-hand section of buildings on the map. It is, how do I describe it? It is probably the largest of those square buildings. You'll see like 2 almost rectangular table-looking things and a fireplace on the northern side of the wall. This is on the top left cluster. And then to its right is another room with a number of tables inside of it. And you'd know that Alistair Shan's study is also in that direction.
I'll go to the library first.
Alright. As you head up back through that main entrance chamber and back around to the hallway that leads to the library, you walk through one of the hallways connecting to the main dorm building for a lot of the lower members of the cult, who you can see a few kind of passing it in and out. As you head into the main study space, there's a couple of cult members that are sat down reading through books, some are like sketching stuff out. They seem to be studying whatever it is they're studying, but you can see the doorway to the library. There's a few people walk through some texts and you're able to pass through there, at which point, as you pass into that main library area, the smell of old tomes filling your nostrils. You can see a tall but young-looking woman with wavy, mid-length pink hair, which is flowing loosely behind her. Is kind of in a conversation with someone and handing over a few scrolls to just another cult member in a black robe. That's all you see of her right now, but she's in like fairly different coloured robes. They're more of like a dark purple than actual black, almost like navy.
Yeah. I'll wait until she's finished talking and then try and get her attention.
Okay. As you try to get her attention as she finishes this conversation, she looks around at you and you can see She too, like Asashan, has these very strong purple eyes, which glisten as the light reflects off of them. And I would say that she kind of sees you. Her brow furrows for a second before she walks up towards you. Well, well, well. I was not expecting to see you for some time. I had heard of your return.
Yes, well, I thought I'd pay everyone a visit.
Of course. What can I do for you?
I was just wondering how things have been. I've heard they've been pretty quiet.
Indeed. Things have been slow around here, but I forgot his name for a second there. Vusk has been successful in bringing in some new recruits, some disenfranchised men across the border.
Aren't we all?
That we are.
I sort of gesture to like an empty table on the seat.
We may.
Take a seat down.
She sits down rather elegantly. You can see she's quite an elegant person. So, what can I do for you, Alistair?
You seem to have more of a tabs on the people, lower people in the cults. You are the teacher, after all.
I do try my best to educate.
You also protect them from the violence and misdeeds of people who are higher up than them. You still do that.
That is my prerogative.
You don't need to do that, yet you do.
Of course.
Why?
Why?
I was just wondering why you hide them from the violence, from the stuff that the leaders and higher-ups of the cult do, even though it's frowned upon from the higher-ups.
Is there a reason that you're asking me this?
Just want to know your reasonings. No ill intent behind my words, don't worry.
I believe you. Well, I believe that all that come to join us, in their own way, are lost. They're like, excuse the analogy, but sheep without a shepherd. They're lost, unsure of themselves, needing support and family, and here that is something they can gain. But families can be difficult, and sometimes one must look out for the runt of the litter, lest they fall and die.
You know, people can come to you and say whatever they want. For example, I came to you when the situation with Robin happened.
You have my sympathies for that as well.
I'll look around and see if anyone's listening to us.
Roll me a perception check.
17.
17. Alright. Glance around, trying to take in your surroundings. You don't see anyone else in the library right now, and you have a corner on the side.
May I? And I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna cast silence, just so get some more privacy.
If you feel it necessary.
I cast it. I've come across some information. Robin was sent to the front line, like I said.
Yes.
You know why the front line was broken?
Not for certain.
What do you think?
But I know
What do you know here?
the rumours.
Char.
Obviously, you know that your master is well acquainted with your father and the others within his circle. So information that he brings back to us is reliable. But I always do take it with a pinch of salt. He told me, or us, that
Is it true?
he told us that the legion that she was a part of were forced to fight in a skirmish in one of the mountain passes connecting our kingdom to Foyfort, known as the Viper's Pass. Though these passes are generally impenetrable, there are a few very, very dangerous pathways that can be traversed, even by a small force. I was told that their group was sent to stop a Foyfortian force from breaching an area known as the Viper's Pass. However, your master told us that your father deemed our force to be a distraction, as the real plan was put into action. Whilst her force was encouraged to engage with the enemy, a legion further back was ordered to fire siege weaponry at the rocks, not only to block the path, but to fall upon the enemy force and, in turn, our own troops.
Who?
They were all presumed dead.
Whose idea was that? Was that Asushan's?
No. That was your father's.
Did Asushan know that he would do something like this?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Alistair keeps things from all of us. You should know that. He may be the right hand of Chain, but that does not make him flawless, and I will not hesitate to call him out on his misaction. But even he could not predict your father's behaviour. Whether he knew or not, I cannot say, and I would feel uncomfortable to make such an accusation. I'm sorry. I truly believe no one could have predicted this.
Have you ever wondered what life is like outside of the cult? No, you disapprove of the actions of Alistair. Many of those are higher up who are cutthroat.
I believe in our cause.
You believe in the way that they do it, though.
I will admit there are times where actions taken make me uncomfortable, but I understand that sometimes horrible decisions must be made.
It's about framing an innocent person.
Alistair, I feel there is more going on here than just these questions. I feel such turmoil in you. Are you having doubts?
Alistair. Sorry. My father knows there's a traitor in the church. And the traitor is, as you know, Alistair.
This is very worrying.
To get him off my bag, Alistair wants me to frame an innocent person of the church. Yes, they have their misdeeds, and they're not the best people in the world, but they are innocent. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing is to stop innocent people from getting killed. People like Robin and her family. Stop them from suffering and getting sacrificed needlessly. Yet I come back and I have to do the exact same thing that I hate my father for doing. I don't want to be like my father.
Oh, Alistair. What have you got yourself involved in?
Don't know. I was 15 when I found out about the cult. I'm 21. Don't know.
We all have our doubts. Sometimes.
You?
Of course. Even I'm sure your master has as well. I believe even Shane probably has his doubts. But what's important is that we hold our resolve and do what we believe in.
What if you...
I have never been quiet about my disagreements with some of the actions taken. That's why I'm outcast among them. But that is my belief, and I stick by it, even if it puts me in a position of discomfort. But I believe in the scythe. I believe that the institutions that control must be torn down, and this is the way.
Even if I have to kill an innocent man.
I do not have the answers that you seek, Alistair. There's only one person in this world that holds that truth, and he is sitting in front of me.
What if he doesn't know? Or we'll find out once it happens.
I think within you hold the answer. The difficult part is nudging it out.
But what if it causes things to happen? What would happen if... Teach me again what will happen if someone turns their back on the cult or attacks a higher up member.
What are you saying?
I do an insight check on when she said that.
Go on.
Just do a vibe check.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we've gone beyond 10, but
22.
It's getting juicy. 22.
Yeah.
Alright, there is a curious look on her face. She doesn't seem to have pulled away, which would indicate, like, distancing herself. She leans in slightly, almost as if she's very curious about what's going on. There is a look of genuine concern across her face, but you can gauge that she knows something's up.
You're an outcast of the cult yourself.
In a way, yes.
Have you ever thought about leaving? What would happen to you if you were to?
I would not abandon a Kufa.
What if there's another way?
How so?
I've travelled the restless coasts and I've heard whispers of people called the Harbingers. They worship Kufa as well, but instead of taking souls to feel his power, he takes the souls, makes them rest, and takes them across to the afterlife. I healed.
I've never heard.
I healed someone today. I took away his disease, and as I did, I saw next to me,
What?
hiding my hand over his body, and he said, "It is not his time to die." He didn't want his soul.
Alistair, I'm so confused.
What if there's another way to worship Kufa? What if it has been said, and this is a very big...
Be careful with your tongue,
Got
Alistair.
silence.
I understand.
I'm not saying it's a very big if, but if there is another way, very big if. What if what I'm doing is killing this innocent man? It would be for nothing. It would be an innocent man killed for a lie. Don't want any more innocent people to die. I know you don't want it as well.
I pain for you, Alistair. And the decisions that you will have to make.
Help me. Whatever way you can. Please.
I'm not sure how I can help, Alistair. Help with what? I would do what I can, but I'm not sure I understand.
If there's any way to get out of this that you can think of without an innocent person dying.
You could turn in Alistair.
Wait 1 second. Sorry, that caught me off guard. that caught me off guard. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Do you know what?
Oh.
Do you know what? Fuck it. That is where we're going to end the
I
session.
can't carry on after that. Fuck. Holy shit! Fuck!
Oh, did I just say that? Did I just say
you
that?
did. Holy shit! Oh fuck!
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh, where's the sound no one? There we go.
Fuck!
Oh my goodness, there's like 5 different sounds happening at once.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess that is where we'll end.
All of that
Wow,
happened
that
in a
is.
day and a half.
Yeah, day and a half this session has been. It just shows you when you do a one-on-one, you actually get a lot done.
Holy
So,
shit!
yeah, I guess that does mean we're probably
Yeah,
going
we're
to
gonna
need to
have
do
another one.
another session because we've got what, a day and a bit. You said, right?
We've still got like.
Crazy.
There's 4 days ahead. We've still got like
Yep.
2.5 days left.
Uh huh. I suppose it also depends on where tomorrow's session
Yeah, that's true.
drops off. I'm just sorting out a little raid for the Shaky Old Sesh, but my Microsoft Edge is being slow.
That was a fucking just like shot in the head I didn't fucking expect to happen.
Yeah. I think your conversation with her at the end there was enlightening, and especially with your own.
That was Alistair.
Bomb
That
drop
was
that-
Alistair. Like him actually. Just me. Help. Oh fuck. Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, we are far behind on the stream. Damn. Yeah. Basically, tomorrow we're obviously running. It's really caught me off guard.
Yeah,
So
sure.
tomorrow we're running our usual Sunday session. We took a week off last week,
Hello.
but we will be back again tomorrow with our regular session.
I guess we'll have to find a date to do the second Alistair one as well.
Yeah, so we can try and sort out next week. We were planning on doing the Alien RPG, but I've not received enough feedback about it, about the date. I don't think. I need to double check that tonight. But if that's the case, I mean, my week next week is pretty free. So if we try and sort out a date, we can try and do it next week, even if it's like the same time next week. I don't mind.
Well, I should be get my roasters today, next week. So I'll message you.
Okay. All right.
Fucking hell.
Yes. So, in which case, on that bombshell, we will end the session, and we will see you next week. Oh no, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
except for you, Hayden. I'll see
I'll
you at some
catch
point
you
next
guys,
week, hopefully.
I'll catch you guys sometime whenever.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
All right. So, see you tomorrow.